Welcome back to All Things Nerdy with Nate. So I'm Nate. That's Joe, depending on where the fuck he is on the screen, because it turns out that I've learned today it's not really where it shows me that he actually
Point to where you think I am, Nate.
No.
What? It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Welcome to our monthly, every few months podcast where we talk about anime. And we have so much to talk about since our last episode because Joe is busy and everybody else hates us. So it's fine. But we have so much to talk about. I can't wait. I'm not even going to talk more. Joe, kick us off so we can do the thing.
Yeah, so look, I know Steph made a joke. It was like, you should call it the quarterly. Look, we have aspirations that this is going to be monthly. We just have to make it work. And we have done the weekly podcast like 3 weeks in a row right now, so we are on a roll.
We are crushing it. And then tonight.
Yeah, so and tonight, 2 in 1 day. How about that?
That's crazy.
So we can do this. I believe in us. But yeah, we have a lot of different anime to talk about. I know some we can't do spoilers on because like one of us or multiple of us haven't seen it, that kind of thing. But without further ado, let's talk nerdy. And we'll start off with a comment.
The boys are back.
Boys are back.
What up, Big App? Happy late birthday. I know I'm super behind, but I feel like I missed it. Happy late birthday. I feel like, and if I'm wrong and like it's in August, then forgive me. But I just want to celebrate you. So thanks for joining me in Big App. So what do we want to kick it off with? I think MHA. We have to kick it off with MHA, right?
Okay, well, who hasn't watched what? Like, what
wait, time out. Are we not doing what we always do in the What Have You Watched since the last episode, too?
Oh, yeah, but I mean, what we're talking about is everything that we've watched. But yeah, let's do that. What have we watched, and what are we most excited about, and what are we watching currently? Keeton, kick us off. You're so excited. Also, January 1st.
I am excited.
I missed it by a little bit. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I know. We're all excited. We're jumping the gun. But, I think it'd be remiss to, miss the opportunity to enlighten what else we've been watching outside of the common things that we have been. Because one of them is Eli, for me personally, is one of Eli's favorite animes of all time. And I just finished Trigun the other day. And I thoroughly enjoyed it very much. It was a Monster of the Week show at the beginning, which is not my favorite style of show. But I saw the vision of the character. The second half, I really enjoyed a lot and took a lot from it. We won't speak too much about it. But I also watched Black Lagoon, which I really liked Black Lagoon. It was like, I don't know, it wasn't Cowboy Bebop, but it was similar style and just like a badass character, like a badass female character.
I actually started it off of you saying how much you loved it. I started it. I pulled up. Now I haven't gotten far because I'm watching like so many different animes. Yeah. But I did start it just so it shows up on my Crunchyroll. Continue playing. I didn't want to forget about it.
I do that all the time.
We got Brandon Tisson says nerds. Well, the podcast called All Things Nerdy. So
in my opinion, he's saying like nerd, like in a good way, hyping us for the anime talk. All right, Keaton, go ahead. I'm sorry.
All right with that. Outside of all the common ones, just to save time, right now I'm watching one of the many things I'm watching that y'all are not is Darwin's Incident on Prime Video. It is literally about a hybrid, like some way science found a way to breed a human with a monkey, and it's about a kid that is a hybrid human monkey, but they're trying to give him like a normal life.
Hey, I saw a clip of that where like the people broke in and he's straight just
yeah. He's got. I mean, he's like superhuman, but it's a challenge. It is tackling right now a lot more of like, I don't know, political type issues. It's not like low budget, but it's lower budget. But it's like out of everything we're watching, I'm not going to say I'm most excited about it because that's really hard to be more excited than stuff that I've already built seasons of. But I would say it is the most like unique / intriguing that I every episode look forward to watching. Like it's one of the first ones that I check to see if a new episode's out.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Eli, what about you? What you got? You just binged so much. Let's talk about that. Mad respect. So just so everybody know, everybody watching. So we're like, okay, guys, what are we going to talk about on our podcast? I threw out a list.
Eli, so many shows.
He's like, I'll try. I'll see what I can do. He texts us today. He's like, I fucking did it. And he just tore through it. So,
Yeah, you guys posted like 7 mainstream shows, and I've been watching anything but the mainstream shows because I don't want to do the every week, 1 episode every week thing. But yeah, I've been seeing clips of the Darwin show as well. It looked really intriguing. I didn't know what platform it was on, though.
It's on Prime.
Prime. So I actually wrote down what I've been watching this time, so I knew. I never knew. So I watched, you guys know I've been talking about Tojima Wants to Be a Kamen Rider, which is a super fun show, very reminiscent of like One Punch Man season 1. Good action. It's slapsticky. It's a really dumb show, but the show itself is in on the joke. So it's very satisfying in that way. I rewatched Jujutsu Kaisen because the show went like such neck break speeds. I couldn't follow like episode to episode. I thought I was missing episodes. That was very worth it. I actually enjoyed it much more on the rewatch than the first time through.
When I rewatched it with Steph, much better.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how I could have ever hoped to have followed it otherwise. Watching some older stuff, Irresponsible Captain Tyler, which is real cheesy, late 80s, early 90s maybe. I watched Secrets of the Silent Witch, which is newer. That one's nice. Slower pace. It's thankfully not an isekai, which is what everything is nowadays, but it has some, I guess, some of the like slice of life, high school-y vibes a little bit, but it follows a main character who is a very young, like, magic prodigy who has to go and infiltrate her old school to do some investigating. So it's kind of funny, kind of serious. Ancient Magus Bride. That's an older show, I think, but they remade it, if I'm not mistaken. It's another, like, slow, methodical show. But I'm kind of enjoying those right now, just the shows that I can watch an episode or two of and kind of like takes you away, sort of the Freerin type. And then Isekai slop. So other than that, I watched all of the mainstream shows for like the last 5 days straight and just caught up on everything completely. So that's where I'm at.
I can't wait to talk about them. Joe, what are you watching? I mean, shout out to Joe. I got him to read a book. We created a book club, just me and him, that we're talking about on our weekly podcast during the day about romance novels our wives got us to read. So tune into that. But Joe, other than reading smut, what kind of shows are you watching? You're muted.
I've been sticking to the mainstream stuff. I hadn't watched a ton. I watched My Hero, watched that all the way through. I watched Kaiju 8. I did get through Kaiju 8, and I started JJK. I've watched 2 episodes of that. I'm trying to think. What are some of the other stuff? I watched the Demon Slayer movie.
You watched 2 episodes of JJK, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe you didn't get to the third one. The Maki episode? Bro. Oh, my.
I was hoping that could be a topic of conversation.
Yeah, same. That was like...
Joe, we understand you're a freak of nature, so...
Yeah, you've done what you could.
We know you put in effort.
Yeah.
Well,
but yeah, what about you?
No, go ahead.
No, so that was basically the list there.
So I've watched all the same things, all the mainstream things. The only thing that I don't think has been mentioned is Sentenced to Be a Hero. I'm a few episodes into that. Finished To Be Hero. I'm working my way through Lord of Mysteries. But I'm going to be honest, outside of the main ones, my anime time has kind of pulled back. I'm now reading this smut book. And then also I'm learning how to 3D print, and it's kicking my behind. Watching a lot of videos. I'm in there tinkering. I got an ancient machine, so like I need to be an engineer to make it work. And it turns out I'm not that smart, so that's been real tough. But that's taken a lot of my anime time outside of the consistent JJK, Freerin, all that stuff.
All right, we just get attacked today. Monthly anime, you mean biannual? We do it more than twice a year. Come on. I will say with Free Run, like I binge watched the whole first season, like all the episodes. Right, I'm going to do that again. Like I don't want to watch that with subtitles. Like Free Run's voice, the characters' voices are in my head already, so I don't want another like a different character's voice in my head. Like I feel like it's set. And I need to just wait till it's out and watch it in the dubbed version.
I agree. I think Freeren's dub is very, very well done, and that's how I watched it, and I'm doing the same. Like, I'm not that type of person. I try to be, but then I can't wait, and I just watch sub.
Yeah.
But I really I loved Freeren so much that I want to do it its service and just wait and enjoy it. And
the story
anime, I'm like that's releasing weekly that I'm kind of saving so that I can enjoy.
I tend to watch it in both, but I will say the English voices I think fit the characters better. The Japanese frontliner, I can't think of his name. I think it's funny that they constantly refer to him as the frontliner. His Japanese voice does not match. Because I guess I started with the English version, but then I hear the Japanese, and I'm just like, that's not him. Dude, why are we doing this? So, but the rest of it doesn't bother me. I like watching it in both ways.
I will say, I've also am caught up on Fire Force. I'm actually still watching it. And, I caught up on Sakamoto Days. Sakamoto Days has been obviously a very, not controversial subject of conversation. I also stopped it. It got better. It's solid. I mean, it's not going to blow your mind, but I think it's.
I was so excited about Sakamoto Days when it first dropped. Dude, I was hyping y'all up about it. I was like, guys, we got, I was so psyched about Sakamoto Days. I got 4 episodes in. I was like, I can't do this.
So you think that if you went back to it with your expectations tailored a little bit, you would like it a little bit more?
I mean, yeah, if I went back with the expectation of this is a waste of time, then yeah, maybe I would enjoy it.
Nate has always been an anime snob since day one. We know this.
I mean, I thought it was going to be so much better. Honestly, I really did. I thought it was going to be.
You hyped it up pretty heavy. That got me. I think I got 4 or 5 episodes in before I stopped too. Yeah. But again, it was one of the weekly at the time, and I was like, it wasn't enough to draw me back weekly. So it was Assassin of the Week turned friend. Everyone's like, I want to kill you, but can't we be friends? Okay, fine. I won't kill you anymore.
Yeah, it got. I
wouldn't say kill you a friendship.
I wouldn't say it's fully gory, mature type deal for sure. It got less of that. I feel like it's I'm hopeful that it's one of those shows that kind of to me, Trigun started out very goofy and friendly and ha 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 ha, and then as it went down, went into more mature themes. And I could see where Sakamoto did. You hadn't even watched the whole thing. Don't talk back. Sakamoto.
Eli, how you gonna let this man put these two in the same sentence like this? Eli, get him.
Because he's complimenting Trigun. Why wouldn't I?
Because he's putting it in the same spot with Sakamoto Days.
I said I hope
disrespect.
I hope it's one of the animes like Trigun that starts off a little more goofy and turns into more.
Yeah, I think Sakamoto Days just had an unfortunate early lull, and it lost a lot of viewers because it was so hyped. I mean, we're the perfect example of how it went wrong. Is it was so hyped by everyone in the beginning, and then it didn't hit the ground running for too long. But I have seen plenty of clips of the show after I stopped watching it, and I know that there's some really serious intense moments and great animation, good action and everything. It's there, just getting to it, which honestly is a lot of shows we watch still.
We are also hypocritical right now because we're current shows have to start out so hot in order to get your attention and this and that, and we talk shit about it, and then we're also byproducts of it.
No, that's not true necessarily, right? Because there's several shows that we have watched and we have talked very highly of that are slower, that are not just right in your face. Freerun, that is just not action.
Yeah, but Freerun is a masterpiece.
Oh, it is. It is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
there's others as well, right? Like Lord of Mysteries. Like, I mean, it's in your face, but honestly, you have no fucking idea what's happening after the
Well,
first
yeah,
one.
that's different though.
You go to the second episode
Yeah.
out of pure curiosity, and you're just like, either I'm way too stupid, or like there's gotta be pieces to this.
No, I've heard it's confusing.
I will, like, on the confusing piece and kind of to Eli's, I think I should go back and rewatch season 2 of JJK, because the first episode of the current season, I was like, is this a dream? Like I was like, what's going on? So,
yeah, dude, I'm
like,
glad y'all say that because I really like contemplated with it too, and then I was like, I contemplated rewatching Cowboy Bebop, and I was like, well, I want a show like Cowboy Bebop, but I don't want to rewatch it, so that's why I went to Black Lagoon and then Trigun. But I seriously contemplated rewatching JJK, and I think that especially after hearing y'all say it, like, is worth it. I fucking love it. JJK is the best new gen, and it's not close.
It is better the second time around, awesome, because you understand it. You're not just trying to piece it together. You're appreciating it for what it is with the knowledge that you have. Yeah. It is so much better the second time. Also, the second season starting with a time skip, like, or a time lapse of fucking rewind or whatever. You're like, wait, how did we get here? You know, and stuff like that. But it's just so much better. And then this season, dude, this season is just information overload. Them trying to talk about okay, we'll just start with JJK. Here we go. Right. Them trying to explain the Cullen games and just the way they did it, flashing the Japanese with the English description off of it literally is flashes. Who the fuck can read that fast? I had to pause.
They have always done that. They have always done that in a little like comedic relief way. Like in season 2, a lot of times they would have like characters' inner thoughts or like a really quick back history on the character, and it would be half of your screen, and you would have to pause it because they'd show it for 1.5 seconds. But it was the most hilarious stuff. This is not that in the same vein, but.
Got a few comments. Romance novels start slow.
That's facts. Actually, the one we talked about, if you listen to the podcast, Hunter, which I know you tried, but you're like, it's not for me. The book we are discussing does not
starts off as a banger. And then Cowboy Bebop can have infinite rewatches.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. It's not like rewatching for me isn't a matter of whether I think it's worth rewatching. It's the matter of I go down a list of anime that I haven't seen that I want to see, and I'm like, do I want to rewatch something or do I want to cut this list down? And then I inevitably, most of the time, cut a list down. But I'm getting to the point with that I want to rewatch things that I haven't seen in a while. Like, I want to rewatch Tokyo Ghoul. It was one of the first anime I watched, and I fucking loved it.
I want to rewatch Attack on Titan so bad, but I can't get myself to do it.
I did it when we lived in New Orleans. It was amazing.
I want to rewatch it so bad. But okay, back to JJK. Yeah. Right, we can't get sidetracked. We got so much to go through. So listen, then so on top of information overload, was it season 2 or episode 2 of season 3? Spoilers for anybody that hasn't watched it. Tengen. It is literally just information, rules of the game. It is a whole episode about episode. I don't know how to describe it. It's literally so they flash everything up there. This is the rules of the game. And they're like, you know what? Y'all are stupid. I'm going to take this, put it to an animated body, and have him tell you exactly the same thing. You just paused to read. It was a whole episode.
Yeah. So one of my best friends, he's one of the guys that got me into anime, and he reads the manga. Like, he loves JJK. And we're watching it. And there's one episode that literally just describes the Cullen game. Episode like 3 or 4, I don't remember which one. But he's like, did you like that episode of just explaining them? And I was like, yeah. But I like YouTubed what are the Cullen games and explained it a little bit, and it made some sense. But he reaffirmed me. He's like, it's a lot of information. It's kind of confusing right now. But as the games start, it's actually pretty simple and makes a good amount of sense. So he made me feel a lot better about it because I feel like they're trying to preface you with it, but it's apparently not as complicated as it sounds. Like, it's essentially just the more people you kill, the more points you get, and then loopholes for certain things.
And then when you get 100 points, you get to make a rule, And that's really how you get to exit the game,
Yeah.
essentially, right? It's my understanding is you create a rule that allows you to be out, but you can't like create a rule that ends the game. You can't create a rule that skews the game in any significant way or something like that. The rules were there. It felt like a lot.
I guess it is kind of weird though, because they're like creating a world within a world here. Like they just created an entirely new universe within the show. They're like, well, everything now exists within this rule sphere. And it is odd that like, well, how would the writers explain this? They're like, well, we're going to make like a board game, but we're going to say that all the rules are governed by this like all-seeing game master who also isn't an actual person. It's just like an entity. Like, okay.
So like Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah,
that's what a DM is.
Right.
Yeah. Well, it's not Tengen or whatever the main bad guy. JJK is also an anime. I don't know about y'all, but the names are so hard for me to remember.
Yes.
Dude, I forget. But the main bad guy apparently has no role in creating or making any rules or anything of that sort. It's out of his hand. So it's kind of interesting in that way. But
yeah. So I remember like Jogo, I know Nanami and stuff like that. I mean, clearly Itadori and Megami and
Maki.
Gojo and all them are easy, Maki. But a lot of the fringe ones, no idea. I know Gato, but I don't know the brain. I don't know what the brain is called.
They now started calling everyone by like their first and last names. It makes it so much harder to follow.
Yeah. I know Toji. Toji was bad. And then, oh gosh, why can I not remember his name?
Toto.
Which one is the one that does
Toto.
the frogs and stuff?
Oh, that's Megami.
Megami. Yeah. What's his other name there?
Fushiguro or something?
Yeah, they keep like switching, like you said, and I'm just like, all right, that's the same person, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
So-
a lot of them are like 4 letters, and it's the same letters just in a different like order. And
There
you're
are
like,
a lot of 4-letter names.
Toji, Goji, or Gotti, or you're like, okay.
So how many episodes are out right now? What is there?
4.
There's
The 5th one
4 episodes. I think I've only seen 3. I've seen up to the Maki episode. Let's talk about Yuta, right? Because Yuta comes out. I know Yuta was in the movie. I'm gonna be honest. I never watched the JJK movie.
Ooh,
Huh?
I didn't either.
bad.
I think it's just the first like 2 episodes for the most part. But the new episode came out today.
Okay, I have not watched it yet. But
Yeah.
so Yuta, he has a copy curse technique, is my understanding, but he copies it for life, and his curse technique, whatever it is what allows him to do that. But a lot of people are up in arms, from my understanding, because like he lost the curse technique, or like the guardian of the technique, or whatever it is. I don't know. I'm sounding like an idiot right now, but like lost it in the movie, correct?
It is odd. I thought it was weird that they just like brought him fully back. There is a pretty deep backstory to his character and his abilities. Also, the movie is standalone. Like you'd have to watch it for that backstory and his relationship with Gojo and whatnot. But yeah, I can't remember exactly how it ends. But I was fairly certain he was defeated in the movie.
Yeah, that's what I
The
thought.
movie's not canon, man.
So one thing we gotta talk about the aura farming and Noya, right? Like we can't just gloss over that. We gotta talk literally throwing hands at 24 frames, pop, pop, and then hits them with a right, like mid scene. But here's the thing: how little power do you have to be popping people and absolutely doing nothing?
Yeah, I wondered if he had like enhanced strength or if he's just wearing them down with number of hits.
I don't even know if that was wearing him down. Chozo, so Yuta knocked Chozo out in one pop. And Noya hit him like 6,400 times.
Maybe that was just for our satisfaction since he was so annoying.
Well, if you watch the Maki episode, spoiler alert, Joe, she catches some hands too, and it just whatever.
Yeah, I don't want to speak too much because, like, I do think that episode for Joe deserves like a fresh mind and a fresh brain to it, but it was awful.
Okay, but
I
one
will
thing
say what I've seen of Yuta so far, he's a beast.
He is a beast.
Yeah,
And he's
He
just
is
like,
a
oh,
beast.
I have more power than Gojo. I just run out of power, whereas Gojo doesn't. It's like
they haven't talked about it in the season yet because it's just in the movie, but the sort of cursed spirit that comes out and grabs the Itadori there for a second, that's sort of his like invincible superpower, and there's a traumatic history of why that thing exists. But to my recollection of the movie, like as long as that entity is with him, that it's completely separate from his own powers as well. So like together they're just insanely OP. But on the note of the new season, on that one, the Maki episode 2, I had already seen a bunch of references on, like the opening is all these different pop culture or historical references and stuff. And that Maki scene specifically is like nearly a scene for scene recreation of Kill Bill.
Yeah.
Which is really crazy.
It's not nearly. It is. It is legit. They watched Kill Bill and said, do that.
Yeah.
And it's incredible.
It is incredible. It is. For me, like, the reason I love JJK so much is because the episodes came out and I laid down in my bed to watch it because I watch something before I go to sleep. And if I'm too tired to finish an episode of something I like, I will start something else. But I was like, all right, I'm like ready to watch JJK. And I remember it just giving me this feeling about just like the darkness and the tone of JJK is so unique. It was like I just started smiling so big at some point in both of the first 2 episodes. I was just like, I forgot how much I loved just like the theme of this anime overall because it's just like refreshingly dark for some reason.
As Eli flashes out of there.
But I don't know how to explain it. Like it's like I don't know how to explain the theme of it, but it's just like
Wait.
I love it.
I love the fact that nobody's fucking safe.
Yeah, literally.
Like,
yeah.
Usually in anime, the big 3, you're like, okay, they'll all be good. Like it's not an issue. In season 2, they're just like shout. You're like, oh fuck, oh god. It was good. I think that's one of the things I love about it because a lot of times in anime you got like plot armor and nonsense. And I mean, of course, there's always like Yuji's not going anywhere or anything like that. But for the most part, anybody else, they can get got at any time.
Yeah, dude. Like you wouldn't be surprised if Gojo broke out or whatever and then instantly got killed. I mean, it would suck. You'd be like, what the fuck? But you wouldn't
I would be surprised. I mean, let's not say we wouldn't be. I'd be surprised. But
yeah, I think Toji's the only person that could have done it, and Gojo still cooked Toji. I mean, Toji did a good job, but then Gojo like high on his own cursed energy, floating in there like got purple pop. So
yeah, I gotta say, I think I was in the minority with the show in general too because I didn't think it was as awesome as a lot of people said in seasons 1 and 2, and rewatching it helped me a lot. But this season 3 is like totally different to me. Like Keaton was saying, like the air of the show is so dark and moody now, and I'm digging it. I love it.
Until we get a beach episode, and there will be a beach episode.
Wait, was there one? There was, right?
Or no? A daycare episode like in My Hero.
So, all right. Well, let's. Do we want to move on to the next one? I don't know what else we can talk about without spoilers for Joe. I was really excited to talk about the Maki episode, but
it speaks for itself. That's fine.
Yeah. All right. So let's go
we'll
to something.
We'll add it to February's.
Yeah. Okay. So in April, we'll be sure to recap JJK in the Maki episode. So let's go to something we've all watched. MHA, the final season. right? So as you all know, I was a big fan of MHA, right? When I first started watching, I was like, oh, that's really cool. I really enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. I like all the people. I like the powers. I like all of that. And then like season 5 came around. I was like, why does nobody die? Why does nobody get removed from this show? Season 6, same shit. Season 7, supposed to be the final season, but they're like, nah, we'll make a season 8 or whatever. And still, even that, just nonsense after nonsense.
Well,
brings
it
us.
started off strong. Like someone died right in the first couple episodes, so we were like, "Oh, maybe it's," and then it went back to the same thing.
Yeah, is what it is. But then season 8 comes along and it's solid. Let's talk about it, right? So, spoilers for anybody that hasn't watched the final season of My Hero, but at this point, that's your fault, not ours. So, what are y'all's thoughts? What was your biggest takeaway? Your hypes, the moments, your disappointments, your complaints, all the things.
Biggest hype moment for me, I would have to say, would be like when the sweat guy,
Bakugo.
When Bakugo is like fighting All for One, like. And he just like propulses himself and like gets lined up side by side with him. And he's just like, what? You're supposed to be insignificant. And he's just like, I'm going to kill you. So,
yeah, I agree. That Bakugo scene was awesome. And like my friend I was talking about earlier that reads a lot of the manga and loves JJK, he like felt the same about My Hero early on. And he read the manga and he was like, Bakugo is going to be like, he's going to grow on you a lot and be one of your favorite characters by the end of it. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Bakugo's annoying to me. But man, Bakugo made me more emotional in watching that show in a really long time. Like that scene made me more emotional than it has in a really long time. Where I think that My Hero has lacked a lot of the emotional pull in recent seasons. No matter how hard they've tried to make it emotional.
I don't think they tried very hard.
Like, especially with, Endeavor's family, and they just wore that out. Like, it was just like, I get where you're going, and I see what you're trying to make it emotional, but I didn't really care. But that Bakugo scene was the first time I was actually emotional in a long time. And honestly, anything with Emilion, actually was good.
Yeah. Eli, what about you?
I mean, I think I can just echo the general sentiment. Like the Bakugo scene didn't like. I don't know. I was still detached from the show because the previous seasons is like I think I'm kind of over it. I'm going to watch it to finish it, whatever. And somewhere along there in that little couple episode span between Bakugo and getting back to the main fight, like it like found its roots again. The show found its roots, and I hated on the show for a while, even though I love a lot of parts of it like immensely. But I was so happy with just the way that they rounded it out. Even like the extra bits, aside from probably like the very last unnecessary episode, they came back to the message of the show that I thought was its core and like so important. Like the show itself inspired real life human beings to go do heroic acts. Like you had people saving strangers in attacks on the street and stuff. And they're like, yeah, My Hero. You're like, wow, that's incredible that a show would have that effect. And then it just became kind of like gray and like you're saying, like they tried to make it emotional, but just not really effectively. And I thought they really pulled it off there in the end. Like I when I started up my little marathon, the first couple episodes, I really wasn't into it still. I was like, I just don't think it's gonna come back for me. And then gradually it sold me again. I was really impressed and really happy with how it all went in the end.
Well, I will say Nate did make a prediction that did not end up coming true, actually. Like, he was like, he's just going to end up saving All for One, and he's going to, they're going to become friends and that kind of stuff. But
no, not All for One. I never said All for One.
Well, I don't mean All for One. I mean, it was basically All for One at the end of it, right? Like, but
you're talking about I can't remember his name.
Shigaraki.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that is essentially what happened. Still, right? Power of friendship. Joe, I was not wrong. I never said all for one. I said Shigaraki and stuff like that. So look,
but he didn't survive though.
Because of all for one, not because of Deku. Deku did not kill him. All for one did. Okay, so do not come at me, Joe. I was in fact not wrong. I was 100% right that it was gonna be a fucking beat you with friendship by appealing to your kindness and all that stuff. Look, season 1, 2, and 3 solid. I enjoyed it. Season 4 through 7 can kick rocks. It was absolute trash. Season 8 was really good for what it was. It was literally the best thing we could hope for a show that had went so far off the rails that I would have been fine if it just didn't fucking come out anymore, right?
Yeah.
But season 8 was solid for what it was. I watched it weekly. I was excited for it. There was some nonsense in it. I will say the Bakugo scene you were talking about was phenomenal. Like the dude was hyped on pain and laughing about it and talking about how you have to embrace it to get through and like to use it to your advantage and stuff. And like he was hurting himself to sweat more and to like hit him with power and all that. But my biggest gripe, my biggest complaint, right, is they find a way to build up moments. They have built Deku and Shigaraki, right? And then All Might and All for One, I know that's there, all that stuff. But they've built up Shigaraki and Deku. And then there's that moment where he goes into the past, and you see all this happening, and then All for One's like dead, right? And you're like, okay, like this is going to be really emotional. You know what's going to happen, but like it's going to be beautiful. And it's the end of 8 seasons this way. And they're like, oh yeah, and then this happens. Not. Here's All for One. We're gonna keep it going for another fucking episode or two. You know, like you thought it was this, but it wasn't. When all actuality, the show would have been better if they just ended it after the Deku Shigaraki and never brought All for One back after Bakugo. And the stuff after Bakugo, like the massive hands and all that stuff flowing everywhere, and him sending All for One into him and stuff like that. It was just so ridiculous where the Deku and Shigaraki was so much more powerful. It was so much more emotional. It had so much more weight behind it. Doing the All for One thing was nonsense. And it was the most on brand bullshit for My Hero ever. And it is so frustrating because like you're like, yes, that is so good. Just end it. And they're like, man, we're going to bring them back.
Yeah.
But of course you are.
They needed their Avengers Endgame moment.
Yeah. Dude, so, you know, like, I when I spoke about it positively in the Bakugo, like, I was piggybacking it. And I didn't get on what I didn't like yet. And I liked it overall. Like, I enjoyed it. But I still felt like, I think Eli put it perfectly. It went back to its roots. But it also, like, still had a toe in what it's doing the past few seasons. And the fact of like by the time you know All for One came back, you're just like, can we get on with it? And I think that's been kind of the common theme the past, you know, X amount of seasons with Endeavor's son and Todoroki. Endeavor's son, the overheat guy, whatever his name is, I don't remember his name.
Oh yeah,
Dobby.
By the end of it, you're like, all right, dude, just fucking die, bro. Like,
yeah, just fucking go on.
Please. Whoa.
Same with the All for One and the All Might is like All Might became a mecha and then he powered up like one last time and All for One's still alive. And you're like, okay, can we get past that? And truth be told, I think the reason the Bakugo like scene hit even more and the reason we kind of like Lemillion and some of the side characters so much is because I think that they overplayed the main characters by season 8 so much that like honestly by the end of it I didn't really even, I'm not gonna say I didn't care, but like I was average on how much I cared about Deku versus Shigaraki too. It was like, okay, can this finally end or happen? And not in a sense of like, oh my god, it's like this is it, this is finally happening, because you like they did so many times of like, all right, it's happening, and then we'll just draw on and then like resettle back and then we revisit. And so it was like, I think they kind of shot themselves in the foot by trying to have too many of those same hype moments between the same two characters, no matter what pairing it was, that by the end of it, you got tired of it and you're like, okay, can like this just end and this just die? And so when you have a Bakugo or side characters or Lemillion or whatever come in and intervene, it's like refreshing and exciting.
You can't have the same big bad for every season for 8 seasons.
Right.
Yeah, I was going to
You just
say like
can't.
that. 8 seasons with the same bad guy. I mean, that's stretching it.
It's
That's
just
hard to do. I mean, like, they did a decent job at keeping it entertaining. We all watched it, so they did a decent job. But like, the principle of it is fucking difficult. The fact that
and I guess like how
Ed Stain came back. Stain's a bad motherfucker. Sorry, Jeff.
Yeah, no, and how you're saying that there's so many character pairings they try to do it with. Like, there's bound to be some that you don't care about because, like the Toya thing. Like, honestly, I was all for that. Like, I get Dobby. Toya's his, I guess, not villain name. So like the whole and how they ended it with him like being like in his dying state and his family's around. Like, I don't know. I really enjoyed that whole like arc and everything, but on the opposite coin of that, every time they brought back Himiko or Toga, like I was just like, I'm tired of her. Like, stop bringing her back.
I like Toga.
See, that's what I'm saying. There's so many. They try to do it with so many. Like, I really like the Dobby stuff, but I really was like, why is Himiko back on the screen right now?
See, I didn't care about Dobby at all. Like, I thought he was cool, but I wanted him out because I didn't care about the Endeavor shit. Like, I think they put way too much weight on that and everything, all that stuff. At the end of the day, I'm glad it's over. If they would have been like, and tune in for season 9, I'd be like, I'd rather not.
I was so happy to be able to
pretty well, dude.
I just thought the ending, like that last season, was as good as I could have hoped for. It was very nice that it came back and had some great moments, and got back to that original message and whatnot, and even took it a step further because I remember, Nate, you commented in the group chat, you're like, I can't believe, or somebody said like, I cannot believe there's still one more episode left, and then I got to those like 3 extra episodes. And the first 2, at least, I thought were really nice because they actually did kind of add to the message. They were showing like the main characters dealing with the trauma of what they went through. They show the general public's like mindset changing and actually wanting to be there and help the old lady and the traumatized kid in the streets, and she actually decides to help this time instead of.
You also see that kid at the Hero Academy as well. You see the scars on his face as he walks by. So that's actually a view in the past when he's a kid or whatever, and when it comes back to like Deku being a teacher or whatever, you see that kid older and he has the same scars on his face and everything, and that kid is at the Hero Academy because of that old lady.
I have a couple comments. I got Daniel said anime, like yep. And then this one's for Nate. Says never watching My Hero. Walker ruined it for me. Wow, Walker.
Fine, I'll never play Rivals because you ruined it for me, Hunter.
I think when you said it was as good as an ending as I could have hoped for or asked for, I think you're right in a lot of ways. If you like, when you have the expectations of it stayed in the parameters that it created for itself for 7.5 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, well, I think we all could have been wishful hoping and just like stayed on the concept that it was going to become something that it hasn't been for 10 years and we can get our hopes down, or we can accept that it stayed within the parameters that it built for 10 plus years. And it did a relatively good job at closing it within its own parameters.
Yeah, with us talking about it right now, I was just thinking like the last 5 minutes, I was like, man, they really had their formula and they just reeled it into the ground.
Yeah, they did.
Man, I will say that I'm just glad it's over. Legit, I'm glad it's over. And I was such a big fan of MHA2, which makes me sad. Because like it was in my top 5 for a minute. Granted, it's when I first started, and I maybe had like 8 shows, but still, it was top 5. I was really enjoying it, and then it just fell off so much.
Yeah, now what is Hunter? Hunter is your number 1, right?
No, Fire Force.
It's definitely a competition.
Or Goblin Slayer. I gotta let my dog back in.
I can catch strays for no reason.
We got Hunter said you suck at Tarkov anyway. Sorry,
that's
Nate.
not nice.
You always catch the strays.
So, if you could change anything about the ending of My Hero, what would you change?
More people die. someone dies. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I want them all to fucking die.
I'm torn because I was like, I wanted All Might to die, like, and he was this close. But then, of course, they ripped it in true My Hero fashion. They ripped it back away. They saved him last minute. He goes on to live, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But then how they explained it away, like everyone, they kind of pan to the different people watching the news, like all over the world, and like, he is a symbol, they gave a good reason why he couldn't die. He was literally the symbol of hope. If he died, all hope is gone, that kind of thing. I get it, but
Kill him.
How powerful would it have been if they just let him get ripped in half?
Because it would have been the passing of the torch. He all for one kills All Might, right? And then it goes to show. So think about My Hero, the first season. What do you see? You see big All Might, and then like Deku in the background, maybe, right? At the end, you kill All Might, the symbol of hope. Everybody's sad. Everybody's distraught, confused, right? And then Deku, Bakugo, and the whole team pulls it out, a team W. You don't need All Might at that point, and his death would have been so significant for the show versus him just being a feeble, old-ass man. Kill him. Please, kill him. It would have made the show so much better.
And it would have made like the hero ranking system, like basically how they tried to explain the way. It's like, oh, it's different, blah, blah, blah. Number one doesn't mean this. It would have made it where it didn't need it because it's like, hey, we do this as a team versus like your All Might. There's one, like, and that kind of thing.
But he does nothing significant staying alive, right?
No.
Like, he doesn't contribute to the show anymore at that point. His death would have been one of the most powerful things, right? Like, just have the balls to kill him. Just let him die. Give him an honorable death. We had built up All for One and All Might. We didn't get a winner of the two, right? Like, now All Might's still alive, so by technicality, I guess he wins, although he has no powers. He's a feeble old dude, right? He probably wishes he was dead. And then Deku had to be All for One after Bakugo be All for One, because they were like, we already talked about it. I won't rehash it. But just that is the problem with MHA. They try to be a very friendly, uplifting show without hitting the points they should. All Might should have fucking died. He should have. There is no reason he contributed nothing after that. His death would have been so much more significant. And then on top of that, Bakugo, I really think like Bakugo, after what he went through and the one little thing weaving in and like fixing his heart, as hard as he went to kill All for One, I probably wouldn't have been sad if he died. I think that would have been really, really powerful, right? Like creating the space and giving Deku, who he talked shit about, who he grew closer with over time and stuff like that, but being like, we have to compete, we're going to do this, but like killing himself to give his friend the space who surpassed him to win. I should have wrote this fucking show because I would have wrote it a little bit better than them. Probably not that much, but like they should have just been like, how could we spice it up, make it a little better? I'm too dumb to write anything that's good, but like just the little small things to make it a smidge better and more powerful.
Well, I think we talked about it before. Like our qualm with the show overall was that it just like was a fence-sitting show. It could not decide if it wanted to be dark and adult or kiddish, and the ending did the exact same thing. We got all these heavy, like mature themes, and then we still got the friggin' like Disney ending of everyone comes together even though they're useless and let's fight. Dude, we'll do the thing. And like that entire fight was pointless. But then I don't know if anyone's watched the movies, but the end of the season ended the exact same way that every single movie goes, where it's like big bad guy, and it's like, I don't know, Frieza and Goku, like, this isn't even my final form yet. And then there's some giant, like, shebang of everyone coming together and miracles happen. And that was the other thing. My biggest qualm was, like, if you have to, in the moment, invent an excuse as to why some miraculous thing was possible over and over and over and over again, that just doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I'm right there with you.
It's lazy writing.
Yeah.
will say I would have also power completely away. I thought that was kind of lame.
What was it? Deku's power?
Yeah, Deku's power, like literally being powerless and weakling, and just has to be a teacher. Like, come on, bro. He did so much, sacrificed so much, and now he just gets nothing.
Well, he had the embers still in him.
No,
I like
the
that.
embers left, so he just had to be like a teacher.
Well, it left after he used it a little bit. He was being selective, but now he has like an Iron Man suit, right? So he's still getting to do all the things.
Right. So that was a scene for scene Avengers Endgame. All the portals and literally everyone they've ever known shows up. And then scene for scene, Iron Man, Robert Downey stepping out of the car with his Iron Man suitcase suit from the second movie at the end. Yeah. What is it with everyone recreating movies right now in anime?
I'm not going to lie. Mecha suits in this show has just made me. I hated all my mecha suit. I could not stand it. And like I disliked it a little less the last time, but like I don't vibe to it. I just don't. In a world full of superheroes, like I get it, but I don't know, man. I think it's just I think it falls flat and it's lazy writing to a degree.
I will say if Deku kept his powers, that means throughout the. I'm sorry, what'd you say, Eli?
So and then also the suits just magically have everyone's superpowers.
Yeah. I will say if Deku did not lose his superpower, that means over 8 seasons there were 3 losses. All from one Shigaraki and Deku's powers.
Even the needle thread dude didn't die.
Lemillion lost his stuff.
He got it back.
Yeah, he got it back.
Is that
Rewind Girl gave it
power long term, or is that like limited?
The graduation ceremony, he warps through the floor.
Yeah. Because of the horn girl or whatever.
But was that not that like full term, full blast? He can do all of his powers that he used to have.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, that was his power.
She rewinds his her powers like she.
Well, I'll pray to God they do a Lemillion show then.
Yeah, I would watch that. I love Lemillion. I actually have a Lemillion statue over there. Oh yeah, you see it right there.
Yeah. The only part of Lemillion that I was like, why do they do this? Was like when he bent over and like showed his butt to Oliver. I was like, what? This is supposed to be like the death battle to the death, and you're just like over here sticking your butt. But then it reminded me of the Dragon Ball Z scene with Krillin, who did the same thing to Frieza.
Yeah, but Krillin wasn't like the prodigy next.
Yeah, Krillin's like a little weakling human, had no.
Right. Yeah.
And then Krillin got. So, yeah. Well, how do you have these just ready? Like, how could he possibly know that we're going to talk about Krillin exploding? And there it is.
That's crazy. This was not pre-planned.
I know.
By you?
He manipulated the conversation to be able to pull that in there somehow.
So overall, oh God, bro, that's
I still enjoyed My Hero overall. It was a good show. It was a good show. Like I would recommend it to someone. Like I'd say, yeah, watch My Hero. It's a good show.
That doesn't surprise me at all, Joe. That you would.
You know what? Well, Nate, you could be quiet. Keith's still watching Fire Force. He really.
I would not recommend it. I would not. I would recommend people watch the first season, watch the last season, and YouTube the middle.
Nah, not the first and the last. The tournament arc wasn't even in the first season. I don't think. Like there was a lot of
the tournament arc was
good moments.
So good.
Yeah, like there were a lot of really good moments early on, and it just didn't know what to do with its hands for a while.
And the Dobby brother fight, like, dude, that was so good. It was
so big.
And then the American hero, the girl that
I like that.
Dude, that was so good too. Like that was just a great way to start off.
But it also kind of like that's how they started the season off, and you're like, oh yeah, this is about to be crazy. And then it
Yeah, he's about to be crazy, and then it didn't let you down. It didn't let you, but the first two episodes, I was like, dude, My Hero's gonna be so hyped this season. And then I'm like, episode 3, I'm like, oh, never mind.
No, I'll stand with Joe. Like, I'm not gonna say it's something that I'm gonna highly recommend to a lot of people because it's almost 200 episodes, and 100 of those are you're not gonna love, and so that's a difficult thing to recommend.
Did you just tell someone they won't love half the episodes?
Well, it's kind of like goes back to the, like, look, you said you were here for the Toga stuff. You didn't care about the Dobby stuff. Like, I really like the Dobby stuff. I didn't care for the Toga stuff.
But it's also like it's not the same, but the same concept that by the time you finish Naruto, you were like, I'm ready to be done with Naruto. But now you're like, oh my god, it helps me remember all of the facts or all of the fights and all the hype moments about Naruto. And the peaks of Naruto were way up here, and the lows of Naruto can be down here. It's like
like when there's an Elvis impersonator on a filler episode.
Bro, you're catching L's today. Ain't no way you put My Hero and Naruto.
No, I'm just talking about.
I'm done with you today.
Wait, we got a comment from Eli's my favorite person on the show. I have no idea what you are talking about, but the background changes are entertaining.
What the My Hero are really good, and then like there's some low points for sure.
Name one moment in My Hero that stands to Gaara Rock Lee.
Yeah, but dude, you're talking about a unanimous top 10 fight in all of
Okay.
I have feedback on that.
Similar concept. Like, Stain is a fucking amazing villain. The Stain saga was incredible.
Stain was really good.
The tournament arc with Todoroki and all that. I'm not going to say it was as good as the Chunin exam tournament, but it was like, at the time, we're like, holy
good.
Shit, this is
It was a decent tournament arc. Yeah, it was solid enough. It was good. I enjoyed it. I did say I enjoyed like season 1, 2, and 3. I really did. Like they are solid.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But it does not go in the same breath with Naruto. How dare you?
I think that the Rock Lee Gaara fight was episode 50 and 51 in Naruto because I've watched it a million times. I'm pretty sure my favorite episode in My Hero Academia was also episode 50 though, and it's called My Hero, and it's when he fights the muscly dude and saves the water gun kid.
Yeah, that was a good arc too.
There was a lot of that arc that was not very good.
Well,
that was the cat people, the cat fighter.
It was
but then didn't die, and
it was
gray area there.
It was heavy at the beginning, really good at the start. Average.
What is the best fight in MHA? The best fight, best moment. Like let's best MHA moment, best Naruto moment.
No, it's not my point of going bar to bar.
Look, the best MHA moment is not going to have a cane.
There's also 7. I have Naruto tattooed on me.
Okay, well,
there's 750 episodes of Naruto.
Okay,
there's 3 times more episodes. Like, that's not
okay. This is what I want. I want the best MHA fight, and I want its Naruto comparison fight. Okay. That's what I want. Instead of best and best, because we know that's like this. I want to know what the best MHA fight is in your opinion, and I want you to compare it, a comparable Naruto fight.
I mean,
I like Dobby versus Todoroki.
So he likes.
So what would you compare that to, Joe? I don't even remember Dobby versus Todoroki, because what I remember is I just remember being like, oh yeah, he should die. But it's MHA, so he didn't. And we all know that. Although they tried to play it off as if he did. Liars.
The comparison.
For me, I mean, honestly, it depends on what you like. Because I do think that the first time All Might fought the brain dude was cool. I think that the tournament arc where Deku was breaking his fucking fingers was amazing. That was a cold ass fight. You don't think so?
Oh, no, it was, yeah. Against Todoroki?
Yeah, the Todoroki versus Deku fight.
That is probably one of the better fights of the show.
Incredible. I think just from like those are probably
but
I thought Stain was cool. I mean,
Stain is a great character. He is a redemption character of that show. Stain was incredible.
Lemillion. Who did Lemillion fight? That shit was cold. I'm not saying this like I'm not saying it is the same fucking thing bar to bar. I'm just saying I think that it's similar concepts where it's more of a hot and cold show to a degree. The hot's not as hot. The cold may not even. Well, no, I'm not gonna say.
What would you rank it? Where would you rank it? What two shows would you rank it between?
It's bet. I think it's better than Hunter x Hunter.
Oh, I hadn't seen Hunter x Hunter in a minute. I liked it. I did like a good amount of Hunter x Hunter. What I rank it in between?
Nate, you're just like attacking Keeton.
Anyone else can help me out here.
I mean, I picked my attacking, and I know it's coming back to me.
Is it top 10? It's top 10.
Fuck no.
Okay, you know what? We can leave it there. We can leave it there.
Yeah. Naruto is like top 3.
But I've also seen more anime than you, Nate. So for me to say it's not top 10 is not as like blasphemous as you saying it's not top 10. Is that fair?
Yeah, no, I think that's fair. You saying it's not top 10 means means less than me saying it's not top 10. Although I've seen a lot of anime today. If you take into account my anime age, I'm still a pup. I'm still, a youngin, but I've watched a lot of anime.
Yeah, he has experience beyond his years.
Yeah. No, you have. I'm just in comparison, like me saying My Hero is not top 10 is not as blasphemous.
Bro, why am I always out here catching the straight?
Keaton with a mic drop. I know more about anime than
I don't know more about it. I've just seen more. There's a difference.
Nah, he knows more.
He used to watch anime while he was walking uphill both ways.
Keaton is my anime mentor.
Yeah. So, do you guys want to move on to has everyone seen Kaiju number 8?
Well, hold on. I got one more question.
Oh my god.
Would you rewatch it? You said you would recommend it. Ain't no way you recommend something you wouldn't rewatch. Would you rewatch it?
Me or Joe?
All of you. Y'all know my answer, so I don't got an answer.
I mean, I wouldn't rewatch. That's what I'm saying. I err on the side of I wouldn't sit there and recommend it to a lot of people because it's so wishy-washy. I wouldn't sit there and rewatch 200 episodes of an anime, but I just told you that I was struggling with rewatching a 24-episode anime, Cowboy Bebop, that I would rank above My Hero simply because I want to watch shows that I haven't seen yet because there's so many.
Okay. Joe, would you rewatch it? I think I know Eli's answer. I feel like we're aligned in this, Eli.
I don't know. The only anime that I've ever actually rewatched is Attack on Titan.
Dude, Nate, are you going to rewatch Naruto?
At some point. At this point, I feel like I've seen enough video clips of it that I have rewatched it.
I have rewatched lots of Naruto. I haven't sat down and rewatched Naruto through, but I've rewatched.
I feel like I'd have more of an appreciation for Naruto if I could rewatch it, right? I think I would rewatch it. I would. Sorry. I'd rewatch like Attack on Titan. I'd rewatch Vinland Saga. All those. I would not rewatch My Hero. Like, if a person came in and got in my head, rewatch it, right? No, kill me. Something the show can't do.
Dang.
That bad.
Come on, dude.
It's like I would rather die than rewatch My Hero. No, God, it's not that.
You don't want to rewatch seasons 4 through 7. Like
Right.
you would start rewatching the beginning, you're like, okay, this is kind of cool.
Yeah, I'd watch season 1 through 3, and then I'd turn to the person and be like, bro, do we have to do this? Like, you're getting through this with me. Are you sure you want to do this? So, all right, let's move on. That's fine. Enough hating and appreciation. I showed some appreciation for MHA.
Nah, we did.
Hunter just texted me a comment about me yawning on the podcast. I'm constantly catching strays from that man.
Yeah, you gotta get better at it.
Jeez. So do we want to go to Kaiju number 8? Everybody watch Kaiju number 8?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. So we'll get y'all's thoughts, and then I'll chime in at the end because I tend to be freaking the most vocal with the most shit to say usually. So who wants to kick us off? Where are we at?
I'm not, because I'm gonna be fully transparent. I don't even remember a ton of what happened.
Okay.
Well, I will say the cliffhanger it left off on is insane.
You can say it.
I was ready for it. Well, no, I was just ready for another. Like thought there was going to be another episode, and it just ended in a really odd spot. Like the captain's about to get crushed and die or whatever, or vice captain, platoon leader. He saves her, and then he turns around like he's about to fight, and then the show's over. I'm like, what a build up to then now have to wait. Like, why would you do this to me?
Yeah, hopefully not a year plus, but that's why I thought maybe they were just leading up to like the whole next season will just be these one-on-one fights or whatever, this battle.
Yeah, but I will say, other than that first random episode that when they followed around the vice captain of the first,
that wasn't
that was filler. That wasn't a real episode.
Yeah, I was super confused by that. It was like, here's a recap, but here's what we're doing today. And it's like, it's a day off, and we're just telling this guy. But then after, when the episodes actually started, like, I enjoyed each one. Like, I felt like they were really well done. Like, had good action, good backstory, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I remember a decent amount now that we're talking about it. That's all I'm saying. I remember at the end of season 1 of Kaiju number 8. Remember, Nate, you loved it, and I was like, I like it, but I just feel like I need to see more, like, to make a judgment on whether I'm going to actually really enjoy it. Because it's only 12 episodes, too. And I did like this episode a lot, and I think it's like a lot deeper. I remember the captain stuff is cool. So I'm excited. I remember watching this season, actually being excited about it, and I'm more excited about watching the next season than I was watching season 2, per se.
All right. Eli, where are you at?
Sorry, I'm lagging out a little bit right now. I think that this season was pretty solid. I did feel at times that they were stalling. They were trying to fill space and get to the end of this season because next season will be insane, especially. It was good character development. It was good fighting, but some of them took longer than they needed to. I think the last 2 episodes of this season, though, is once they started to get in, like intro you into this final battle scene, the show got more serious, got darker, and every moment was kind of more meaningful in the show. So I am very much looking forward to next season if that's what it's sort of previewing for us. So I enjoyed it, but I thought some of the fights were dragged out. You still had your hype moments, get my adrenaline going, but to see like your heroes give it their all and then still fail, like leaves you with the blah feeling too at the end, and that's kind of like half of the season. So I don't know.
All right, I'm so excited to jump in here. Season 1 was better than season 2. I'm excited for season 3. My biggest issue with season 2 is it felt like, I know there weren't rules, but it felt like they broke rules, like the kaiju weapons and stuff like that, like intertwining them with people. But then the way they viewed, what's his name? The kaiju number 8 guy, I can't even remember his name.
Kafka.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Kibito.
Kafka Hibino. That I will say that is the one thing I kept thinking. Like, you guys are literally putting the in your eyes on your body, but he's basically doing the same thing.
Yeah, so I didn't like that, and I don't like how they're putting it on other kids. I didn't like the commander. I didn't like how they reacted to this while they're doing that, which honestly is what our government do. Like, you can't do it, but we can do it, right? Like, bullshit. So I can't stand that. Overall, some of the fights were good. Some of the fights were unnecessary. Like the one kid that did get the kaiju weapon, him testing the kaiju weapon. Like, I was like, this is taking way too long. And it was more about his friend than him, which is cool. I get it. Like, I like his friend persevering, pushing through, all that stuff. But I was just like, why are we spending, what was it, 2 episodes on that?
Episodes.
Huh?
Too full.
Yeah. And I was just like, come on. Like, I don't care. I wanted more of, they like nerfed Kaiju number 8 too, like him not being able to change and then him not being able to use the powers. I'm like, how does this happen? Like, he is literally going hand in hand, doing all this shit. Is awesome. I was excited about it. And then they're like, let's roll it back. Let's nerf him so we can like bring out some of the side characters. Like, okay. I mean, I guess, but like, let's just do like let's showcase him and have the side characters fighting other people. Right? Something like that. I did not love season 2. Season 2 was not my favorite. I really, really enjoyed season 1. I'm excited for season 3, but like something needs to happen to spice it up. Like there's got to be some moments where you're like, damn, that was incredible. I do appreciate that Kafka's older. He's not like a kid. I do appreciate that he's relatable, like, you know, getting in shape and trying not to be the old man and shit like that. But overall, I felt like season 2 just dropped off, and it felt, I don't know how it feels rushed and too slow at the same time, but it did to me. It felt like the important moments felt rushed, and then the nonsense moments felt like they just dragged them out way too long.
I think it's a pretty classic thing that they do in anime in general, especially nerfing the main character all of a sudden, and it's just to elongate their material. Like this season, yeah, I mean, I was saying a lot of the same stuff where it's like things just feel too drawn out. I think this season was just like a hallway season. It was just meant to get you to season 3 primarily, and they threw the big fight in the middle of season 2 to keep you engaged, but I was left feeling pretty poopy about that fight too. Like it wasn't as satisfying as I wanted it to be because they lose like completely. And I felt the feel of the show change in those last 2 episodes, and I'm hoping that, you know, this was just a mechanism to get us to the big fight. They knew the big fight was coming, and now we're just gonna have an all-out like battle royale in the city here coming up.
But also something that bothered me. So like the Kaiju number 9, right? He could transform into a human. He could do all these things that made him really cool and stuff. And then they just randomly, out of nowhere, well, Kaiju pops up here, Kaiju pops up there. He's now creating Kaijus. Like, it doesn't, why give him that power, right? Like, I don't know. It takes away something, to me anyways, it takes away something away from him. I don't know why. I'm just like, this is too much. Like, it's just dumb. Because literally, it could just be a battle of attrition. Kaiju, 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 Kaiju. And sooner or later, they're going to lose. Right? Like he could just stay back. There's nothing to force his hand to go when he can do that. So anything that puts him in harm's way is just nonsense. And he can replicate himself and he can control all of those. So giving him all of these bullshit powers and he's supposed to be smart and all that, why would he ever put himself at risk? Why not just battle of attrition? Kaiju, 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 Kaiju.
Well, Nate, do you want people to die or not? Just make up your mind.
Yeah, but I wanted him to be out there on the front lines, making Kafka watch his friends die. That's what I wanted.
Well, they have.
We still have to see like we still have to see like what he actually wants. Like he's doing this crazy scheme and like doing this plans. Like, is he just want destruction? Does he want to absorb? Is his main goal just to absorb Kaiju number 8?
That's what I thought it was. I thought he wanted number 8.
Yeah, but to what ends? And let's not forget, we don't even know what Kaiju number 8 is. It literally just showed up, flew into the main character's mouth, and we never talked about it.
Well, he does say, "I found you," which means it was looking for Kafka.
Yeah, there's a whole subplot here that has never been talked about. So we have to get to that too.
Yeah.
So I guess the final season's gonna be crazy. Well, and then I don't know, like they put multiple episodes into Ichikawa's, Reno's, into Reno getting his like suit, his numbered suit or whatever. But then like Shinomiya's took like 5 seconds, and I guess because it was her mother's suit, so the DNA was the DNA was the same or whatever. But still, she would have had to go through the same thing, I'm assuming, as he did, with having to adapt to it and all of that stuff. And then they mentioned like a couple other people had other suits. So it was just like, well, did they have to do all of this grueling training for an entire month, or did they just stuck the suit on? And then Hoshina's suit, the one that talks back, didn't really mention if he had to go through the same compatibility process
He
thing
made
either.
an agreement with that kaiju, right? Like he already he was vice captain, was the only person that kaiju respected. He was the only one that it would talk to and stuff like that. And then they made a deal because that kaiju, all it wants to do is battle, right? It just wants to fight.
But every other suit, it has to be like a DNA compatibility thing. Like,
well, it's not a choice. It wasn't an option, right? Like it was an agreement, I guess.
They did mention at least that like those two had been in training facilities working on their power output or whatever. So felt that everyone's gone through some training. I thought that all felt like really rushed. Like how much time even passed? Like how long did everyone train? I have no idea, but I guess they're all dying, so it wasn't long enough.
Yeah.
They mentioned it in passing. They're like, "Oh, what's that shaking? Oh, it's them training."
Overall, excited for season 3. Season 2 was just okay.
I won't be honest. I missed a lot.
It was better than okay. Like I still enjoyed the season. It just made me want more. I mean, but that's what a good anime does, right? It's like makes you excited for the next season, that kind of thing.
For me, like, and I know y'all miss it, I'm already kind of tired of the kaiju, whatever the bad kaiju is. I'm already kind of tired of them just showing up every time. What this show is like, this show is just a show for me that I've never really gotten just super excited for. I've never gotten super low on it, but I've never just been like, all right, I'm ready to watch the next episode, or I think this is going to be great, or anything like that. Like it just is like just an average to above average show that is solid to watch, and I'm going to keep watching it, but I don't have high expectations moving forward. If we want to go back to the show we were just talking about, the first 2 seasons or 24 episodes of My Hero were 100 times better than this. If you want to watch the first 24 episodes of something else, like if we're going to go apples to apples, and when I know we're not, that's not what we're doing here, but like this show, I'm not saying it bores me, but it so far just hasn't done it for me either.
See,
it's a very shallow show, though.
Yeah, it is a shallow show. But you would think that with the main character being an adult, like the setup, the first 2 or 3 episodes, that there was going to be a little bit more depth to it, and it just hasn't. It hasn't clicked. There's really no depth at all, and the captain thing was somewhat of depth, but it was more or less about the side character that you kind of care about. Like to me, this is a show that has done a bad job at getting you invested in really any character ever.
Well, it's because they literally plucked Kafka out of his world. Like he's still in his world, but out of his everyday life. Right. And they're like, okay, we're going to pluck you here and there. So all of his problems go away. All of his troubles go away. All of his bills go away. All of his relationships go away. So like, it's literally nothing. And then all he has is his comrades, the people who he's fighting next to. But it takes away that personable, that relatability, because most of us are not in combat training all day, every day and stuff like that. So like, it's hard to relate to it. But season 1, because you see the struggle with kaiju, being who he is, trying not to show them, but make sure they're protected while still trying to learn. It's like somebody my age going out and trying to learn volleyball with a bunch of like 20-year-olds and like trying to keep up. Like it's kind of funny, it's kind of sad, and then like he ends up being kaiju and it's awesome. But like the way, like the end of season 1, how he shows them he's becoming, that he was the kaiju, incredible. That was great.
Yeah,
like he essentially sacrificed himself to save everyone, because like he didn't know if they were going to kill him, if they weren't going to kill him. Everybody was like, please don't do it. Kafka, what are you doing? Don't do it, right? And he did it, and they're like, ugh.
Yeah, but that was like the episode. There was nothing else in the show that like even compared to that episode in my eyes. Like that got me hyped and kept me watching through season 2 probably. But
Would you recommend someone watch Kaiju number 8?
Depends on what else they like.
Yeah. There's a lot of other things I would recommend before Kaiju number 8.
I would call this probably more the definition of shonen slop than most shows.
Do you think it's better than Solo Leveling?
No.
Solo
Leveling, for all of its flaws, is still a lot better.
Yeah. I mean, to go back to what Keaton was saying, like, I was invested in other characters in Solo Leveling, at least. I gave a crap about other characters there.
What other characters are you invested in?
I don't even remember any of the other characters besides the main character.
Pa's the only one that you know.
Yeah, well, I liked her.
Get out of here, Eli.
They basically murdered all the main people in Solo Leveling last season, and I didn't even care. Like, I was just like, all right, so that guy died. I don't even remember his name. But I would be upset if Reno or Shinomiya, like Kikoro Shinomiya, died. Like,
yeah, there's a lot.
I like the characters in Kaiju
8. Meh.
There's a lot better side characters in Kaiju number 8 than Solo Leveling. Solo Leveling is literally about
dude. I'm so like,
there's so much more backstory and side character development than Solo Leveling.
I don't care about any of the characters in Solo Leveling, but I truly don't care about any of the characters in Kaiju number 8.
Yeah,
I think that's like a personal issue.
But, dude, if Kafka died next episode, I'd be like, what the fuck? Okay.
Dude, the pigtail girl, I can't think of her name, but I like her.
That's Shinomiya.
Shinomiya is cool.
The one they did her backstory so well, like they took she's really the only character they did that for. But they brought about her parents, and then like the director, the dad dies too. Like that was done really well. I liked it.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys are just like being real hard on it. Like Kaiju 8 is not a top 10 like the best anime, but I don't know. I like it better than Solo Leveling. Like, it's definitely got more depth and like storytelling than Solo Leveling. Solo is literally just like fight. He's about to die. He can't die. Something happens. Blah blah. In Kaiju 8, these people get their ass kicked.
Yeah, and Solo Leveling is the definition of
going to happen. Armor. Yeah, like I would argue that Kaiju 8 is better than Solo Leveling.
Well, Solo Leveling won Anime of the Year last year.
Well, we all know that's bullshit, and Freerin should have won that. Like,
yeah, 100%.
Don't throw that up here, Nate.
I don't think I do not think I can put Kaiju number 8 over Solo Leveling. I still, even with the shallowness of Solo Leveling, I think I enjoy Solo Leveling more than I enjoy Kaiju number 8. Now, if we're just talking season 1, I probably wouldn't say that, but I just really did not enjoy season 2.
Well, which show had you on the edge of your seat more and or wanting to watch the next episode?
Solo Leveling.
It's not even close.
Yeah, not even close.
And it's not to say anything about plot, character development, or anything. It's just the soul of the show. I don't know. They just,
I think this is a good transition while we're talking about.
Time. Before we move on, great transition. I know you're doing it. I don't think Kaiju number 8 has earned the right to like, where we're like Solo Leveling, we're nitpicking to a degree for Solo Leveling, and when we're comparing it to other Anime of the Year candidates, Kaiju number 8 hasn't even come close to earn the right to get to that level. And so that's where I think it's a little bit different of a playing field. Is like we're nitpicking Solo Leveling, absolutely, but we're kind of nitpicking Kaiju number 8 too. But like it's a different level of nitpicking, and I think that's the difference.
Yeah,
I don't know. There's just more to Kaiju 8 than like Solo Leveling. Solo Leveling is an amazing anime, but it's just fighting.
I mean, there's more to almost every anime than Solo Leveling. Correct. Solo Leveling is literally see thing, beat thing, end episode. Oh, look at this!
Like Eli's question, were you more excited about Solo Leveling's next episode or Kaiju number 8's next?
Well, 100%. Still Solo Leveling, but
I'm asking Joe. Dude, this is if you like it more, that's
I don't remember. So honestly, with Solo, it's been a while.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I just binged Kaiju number 8 in a single day. So Kaiju 8 would win right now.
Yeah. I do think that's a big factor in like watching week to week versus binging. For me personally, like I know my thoughts on things can change based off of that too.
I guess I do feel like when you binge it and you're all there, like you're there, like you're gonna like it a lot more than like.
I agree.
You have to watch it, and then you have to wait and forget everything. And you're like, "Oh yeah, I'm back." And then, I don't know. It's a different experience. It's a different experience.
The weekly releases don't bother me. I don't mind.
They don't, but you have to be really good to be able to pull it off at a high level.
Yeah. Well, all right. So Kaiju number 8, decent. Let's go to the next one. We want to talk about decent shows that has a lot of nonsense in it, right? That just don't make sense. We don't even know why it's in there. To Be Hero X.
Now let's talk. That's me and you are the only ones that have watched it. So let's watch Gotcha.
Okay.
All
right.
well,
I haven't seen that.
Okay. Well, Joe, you're not missing anything.
I haven't seen all of it. Let's talk Gotcha Yakuta.
Okay. Has everybody seen Gotcha Yakuta? All right. So Gotcha Yakuta, much better than To Be Hero X, stated by everyone on this podcast.
You got that locked and loaded.
Not true.
Mostly true. Anyways, so Gotcha Yakuta, the artwork, phenomenal, right? The story is good. It's not the best. It's okay.
They said, nah, I'm not sure.
Bruh, no.
I'm not sure who they're agreeing with.
Right now, hey.
So next comment, tell us who you're agreeing with, like, because the comments are slightly behind, so don't get them exactly when you say it. So you gotta be a little bit more. Like, let us know if you agree with Nate or Keaton or what the context was.
To Be Hero X or Gotcha Yakuta better.
Yeah, all right, yeah. Put up a poll. Can we do polls? Let's put a poll. To Be Hero X or Gotcha Yakuta. Throw it in there.
I don't know how to do a poll. I should probably figure that out. But I haven't seen To Be Hero X, so I can't say. I did enjoy Gotcha Yakuta. Like, well, I will say I really enjoyed it at first. Then the last 6 episodes, I feel like I was like, can we get to the end? Like, so I still enjoyed it. I wasn't like, I was more of like, all right, I'm gonna watch this so I can finish it versus like I'm waiting for the next episode.
I will say a lot of my support of Gotcha Yakuta comes in just talking shit to Keaton. I did really enjoy it, but let me preface that with saying most shows that I absolutely love on weekly releases, I watch weekly. I will sit there, it comes out, I will watch it, right? Like JJK, I will watch it before I go to sleep tonight. But Gotcha Yakuta, I would legit fall 4, 5, 6 episodes behind, and then I'd go watch it, right? So I didn't have that draw of watching it every week, but the artwork was phenomenal. The story was decent. I really thought the power scaling and the power system was so cool, right? Like they were using items that you wouldn't see. We had an umbrella, which freaking the umbrella dude, I can't think of his name right now. Freaking incredible. Honestly, I'm gonna end up 3D printing his mask and then I'll cosplay that at some point. But I just thought overall it was different. I mean, I know it was still was it shonen or whatever? It's still just a fight, but I enjoyed it enough. It was different enough that I thought it was fun. It was a fresh take. When they were fighting Jabber's phenomenal. I don't give a fuck. Jabber is one of the best villains ever. I loved Jabber.
Ever? Are you fucking crazy?
Dude, I said one of the best. I fucking loved Jabber. I thought he was so cool. He was such a fresh take.
That dude was annoying as hell. Oh my!
I thought he was so much fun.
He was psychotic, and I mean, he did give the show he was entertaining to watch. What I say is that
that's what I'm talking about. I'm not saying he was power level one of the best, or even I'm saying he was one of my favorite. I loved Jabber. He cracked me up
in the show.
No, when he laid down beside old dude and started Zonka, I think, and started laughing beside him as he was tripping, I was like, "What is this, bro?"
Dude. I need clarification before we move forward. one of your favorites in the show or villains in anime?
Probably just so he is not the
Sounded
big
like
bad.
villains in anime. I'm just being sure. I'm just making sure.
Well, I want to clear something up. He's not like a big bad, right? So where he is a bad guy, he's not a true like the villain. So he is just one of my favorite like villainous characters in anime. One of my, not the favorite, one of my favorite. Like I thought his character, his personality, the way he fought, like all of it, I loved it. It cracked me up. And I thought it was such a fresh take on a character. I can't think of another character that you compare to Jabber and be like, well, that's just Jabber too. Or Jabber was a copy of, right? Jabber was so different. I thought he was incredible. I truly loved Jabber. And then when they were fighting, he's sitting there laying next to Zonka tripping out. And then you see him dancing away and she pulls out the gat. Like, oh, I'm just like, bro, this is crazy. I don't know. I loved Gotcha Kuda. I really did. And Jabber is one of my favorite characters.
I will say, like when I can't remember the girl like with the scissors, and she was fighting was it Norde, like the hair girl, and then she's like, "Oh, you're," and then she was like, "So you mean no one can hear us right now?" And I was like, "What is she getting?" Pop! I was like, "Oh, that was a pretty hype moment." Like she just like pulls out the gun, pops her. I was like, "What?"
I will also say that fucks all of your power scaling, right? Like you have all these things doing crazy shit, and then a gun tops all of it. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. But in that moment, you're like, "Fuck yeah!"
Yeah. And then I was like, "Wait a minute, why don't they like?" Didn't the people have guns earlier? Like there were some like trash people that didn't have powers that had guns or whatever. Like outside, they had rocket launchers and they got crushed. They dodged the bullets. But I was like, wait a minute, she just got. And then she does the same thing to Jabber, just like caps him, and puts him down. I was like, wow.
I will say, Rudo
millimeter is all you gotta have.
Rudo was kind of whiny and complainy and a little bitchy, but like overall was a kind of cool MC, fun. Like he was younger, but still like had some adult like feels like vibes to him at times, you know. Also, like when he straight through hands with the one girl, right? Like the one episode they walk you through her backstory, and you're like, oh fuck. And then the next episode, he's just like straight equality beating her. You're like, God. Dang, like that's tough.
Yeah,
that's different. You weren't ready for that.
I think
you're talking about the one with the boots, like when he just beats her down. I was like, yeah.
My thoughts on Gotcha Yakuda is like I enjoyed it, like I liked it, but and yeah, I mean most of y'all know I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I mean I read books, like I have watched pretty much every show, including animated. Like I love it. But Star Wars, especially Dave Filoni and the fans, have a history of the idea of Star Wars and like the concept at times, depending on what you're watching, is so much cooler than the execution of Star Wars. And like this galaxy and this world and the aliens and the politics and like the vibes, the music, like all of that just hits. But like sometimes there's material that is just lacking. And so for me, to be honest, like when I saw Gotcha Yakuda and what it was and what's coming out, I'm like, holy shit. When I look at things that I like the world building, the anime, the trash, the power system, the scale, and all that, I was like, this is going to be a show that I absolutely love. And I'm not saying I didn't like it because I did really like it, but I think the concept and the world and the power scaling on a piece of paper is beautiful and brilliant. I just don't think that. Like I didn't give a fuck about any of their weapons. Like none of it was really that fucking cool, to be honest with you. It was like because all right, let's take Hisoka and he's a fucking card guy, and you're like that's fucking lame as shit. But in execution, gum, whatever, whatever the fuck that shit. But you're like, that's lame as fuck. But in the show, and we talked shit about Hunter x Hunter, that was cold. To me, Gotcha Yakuda was the complete opposite. Like, this seems like such a cool concept in the world of trash and the different levels of hierarchy and all of this and the special grade tools or whatever the hell they're called is so cool. I just didn't like it didn't deliver and execute for me where I was like,
He said umbrellas and sticks are not good enough for him, Nate.
Bro, I thought the
I
umbrella.
just said a piece of gum was good enough for me. I don't think that they executed it. I think the idea of Gachi Yakuta is really cool in the world, and like all of that is amazing. I just don't feel like it was executed well enough for me to like care about any of it. Now, I'm excited about season 2. I think the lore of the gloves and what that's going to do and like what out there we don't know is exciting. So I'm excited to see what season 2 brings. But season 1 just seems like I'm a whiny, like simple track minded, which I know a lot of anime characters are. And we're just going to.
Naruto is basically New Age Asta.
Yeah, he really is. I mean, truth be told. And but just the power system, just like none of the fights to a degree. And I don't really think Jabber is that cool, to be honest with you. So maybe that's where the big difference is like, it's funny, it's cool, but it just didn't land for me. And I think once we see like even the captain, his fight, he didn't even really fight. I got really high for that. I was a little let down. So I'm sure when stuff like that starts to happen, I'm going to be really excited. And I think that they have a good baseline to build on. And I am fully saying right now on record, I could eat my words right now because I think that they have a good setup that season 2 could be really good if they execute it well, because they have such a good fucking like core of what they can do and expand on. But I don't think they did it that great. Like, this is just another shonen in a different fucking world.
Well, I think that to address one thing,
Hunter says, when are we going to talk about K-pop Demon Hunters?
So one thing I want to address about the not caring about their weapons. So I think it was a disservice to the show because they talk about how their weapons come about, but they don't do that for specifics for the people other than like, I think they do it for the garden hose guy, which makes no sense that you would feature him. But like, I want to know the backstory of Engine and his umbrella, right? And like Zonka and his, because I think they do a disservice to the show and the fact that
it gave you Zonka's backstory. He basically
they were like, pick up the weapons, and he just was like, he thought it was gonna have this. He thought it was a special stick that was gonna have like some crazy power, but it was really just a stick. And he was like, oh, okay. So they explained do it well enough.
It was kind of lame, honestly. You're like, I thought it was gonna be this.
What a shock! What a shock there! Wasn't that cool?
But it was just a stick, and I was like, well, at least.
Oh my god, what a surprise!
Anyway. Well, I think the reason that happens is because Rudo doesn't have a weapon. He has the ability to make multiple weapons, so therefore you don't get attached to a singular weapon or anything like that. Like if Rudo had his one thing that he used constantly. Now I know technically he uses his glove to make the weapons, but the weapons are the things doing the stuff, not the gloves. So like you don't give a shit about his gloves, although they are the important thing. Like the gloves make the thing that does the things, so you like to see the things, but because there's multiple things, you don't really give a shit about any of the things.
I liked the scissors, but then she pulled out a gun and kind of made them like. No, I was like, well, why do you have scissors? You just
the old man villain, and then like the young girl, like that's what I'm like on paper, like. This shit is cool as hell. I love it. I really do. Like, I'm not exaggerating. This shit on paper, like, if you take the characters and write them down on paper and you say, these are the characters, I'm like, that's cool as fuck. Even though it's weird, it's really fucking cool in the world been on school. But as I'm watching it, I'm like, it's cool. It should be really cool, but it's just like, not that fucking cool. And again, I think like I could be eating my words in the second season, but like the idea, the concept, the world building, and like the newness and the uniqueness, and I'm a sucker for uniqueness. To me, like is outshining in a lot of people's eyes the execution, and I think that's what happens in a lot of animes, especially in the first season. Is like the idea outweighs the execution. And then as we go to season 2, season 3, and so on, you start to realize the execution isn't as good as the world building is, and you get kind of tired of the world, and you're like, okay, well, this execution hasn't been quite as like good, and then you're like, oh, well, that show's not that great. And I truly like, I'm optimistic about season 2 and 3 and moving forward, but I'm also not at the same time in a weird way. Like, well, I just feel like this is the same. Like,
what?
I'm being an asshole, but I feel like this is the same shonen anime, and I love shonen, obviously, but like it's the same thing that comes out every fucking year, multiple times a year, and it's like kaiju number 8s of the world. Like this is just
Keaton's just mad there's no tournament. That's really all there is. Like we know Keaton needs a tournament to make the show good. He's just mad. Maybe there's going to be a tournament next season. We don't know.
Eli, I love the background.
But
need it.
I do feel like you're being a little overly critical. Like it's not.
But that's
a good show.
Like
I love the fact that I'm allowed to be overly critical, and y'all are just like, yeah, Nate's being Nate. Keaton says a couple bad things. I was like, man, you're being so critical.
Like, dang, Keaton.
You know what else is that we've had 24 episodes of it. It's not 12. So like we have the same amount of episodes of Gachi Yakuta as we do of Kaiju number 8. And so like I care about them both pretty much the same, to be honest with you. Like,
oh no, sir, Gachakuda is much better than Kaiju number 8.
You would fucking 6 months ago, you would have said Kaiju number 8 was fucking incredible. So like, that's
you mean before season 2? I already owned that. I thought season 1 was really good.
Know,
you're right. Before season 2, I would have said Kaiju number 8 was really good.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I just
no, just saying what I'm saying. It's fine. We all saying the same thing but different.
I will say I was a little confused because, like, when they were talking to Amo or whatever, she mentioned this guy that can't, like, use some angel to fly up to and, like, leave, basically, and go to the top side. But then the end of the few episodes, he made this trash beast so he could cross over, and then there was this big, giant guardian waiting there to kill anyone who tried to pass over. I was like, well, what about the guy who, like, basically flew back and forth? Like,
I think you'll see more of that in season 2.
So this is why I'm optimistic but also pessimistic, because I think that they left so much, like with the gloves, with the guy that's like trying to recruit him or whatever. Like there's a lot of lore and like things that we have to discover and like political things. Like there's a lot that they've set up that I think is very interesting and intriguing. But for 24 episodes, if we look at, I'm going to keep saying the execution isn't that great. So like the idea and the concept of everything that they built is really fucking cool, but I don't have a ton of confidence that I'm going to walk away and be like, that they did that really well.
I disagree. I'm very confident in the show. Eli, weigh in.
I'm going to be like, okay, what do you know? Another 7 out of 10 or 6.5 out of 10 show that we thought was good at the beginning. Like that's just how I feel.
Eli's favorite character.
Eli's laughing. He agrees. That's why he don't want to say anything.
No, Eli, chime in. Let us know.
Eli, your favorite character is Fu. We know it.
Is who?
Fu, the kid who like wouldn't fight because he wanted to get hit first or something.
Dude, that cracks.
I like that character.
Can you please hit me, sir? Sir.
Yeah.
Sir.
It was the same voice actor in Japanese as Zenitsu, so I instantly hated him. But the show in general, though, I think it really – the reason why everyone is hyping it is because there's definitely two arguments to have about the show, or two stances. You can either say that, and it's anime elements, the execution is flawed. I would be curious to actually read the manga because I'm sure it probably fills in a lot of gaps. The show is erratic. It's all over the place. The pacing is crazy. You really never know what to expect episode to episode. But the reason why everyone loves it, and I massively appreciate it for what it is as well, is I think that you have to appreciate it. It is super unique. The characters are very unique. It's doing something that we really haven't seen a lot of anime do in its actual character design, having
diversity.
Yeah, exactly. Diversity. There's people of color. There's people that are like jabber that are out of their minds, and people love them for it. That it leans into a lot of weird and darker and maybe some taboo things, and that's mostly because of the writer. being like a very alternative person as well, I think. But that's, I think, why it's getting so much hype is because a lot of people have been waiting for something like this that actually speaks to them in a way that most anime doesn't, and most anime has never done. So it's definitely getting a buffer on its ratings. There's a little +1 or 2.
Oh, thank you, bro. Thank you. That's exactly what I'm. Keep going.
But that's important.
That's
part
any
of
other
it. That
show.
has to be considered with it. Because this person writing it could have went the simple, normal route and been like, no, but they chose to do this to show that it's viable.
And Dan to Dan's not that fucking good either. Dan to Dan's one episode, a one-hit wonder, just because it's unique. And I'm a sucker for unique. Just because it's unique doesn't mean it's fucking just like.
Dude, this show is way better than Dan. I haven't even watched the second season.
First season, you said Dan to Dan was fucking the best anime of all time. What are we
talking about? I never said that.
You're getting out of here.
One episode.
I like Dan to Dan, and
like y'all are
season 1, episode 7 was incredible for what it was.
I sat here and argued about y'all. That was the best episode of anime I've ever seen, and now it's not that fucking good. And I said, hey, we're gonna watch one
episode 7 didn't change. It's still really good.
It's still really good. Just the show
episode 7 has not changed. The feedback of episode 7 has not changed. What are you talking about?
I love the uniqueness and the undertones that it doesn't mind going this and this and this. And this is the same bullshit that this is doing without an actual incredible episode.
How are you
it's not that it's like
on something for being general and the same. You literally said Gachakuda was, it's just a shonen. Oh, it's just this. It's the same. It's the same stuff.
That's
and
what
we're
I'm saying.
Here pointing out how it's not the same, and you're like, you're just giving it credit for not being the same. Yes, exactly.
But that was the whole thing I said is that it's different, but it is also truthfully the same. There's like just because
that makes no sense.
Just because the characters are a little different and the world is a little different. Like, yeah, the character designs are different, but the same fucking underlying and everything is the same. It is not like any. There's
like 500 anime. Like, what? How do you want them to make it any more different than it already is and still be the same?
JJK. I mean, what is JJK? I'm just saying the execution is not. But you can't say the same. You can't be like, well, this and this, and it's like. Y'all hyped up Dan to Dan, and then now you're saying Dan to Dan is not that great. All I'm saying is instead of like lumping it into, go ahead.
He's Connor says, I have no idea what's happening, but he agrees with Keaton.
This is crazy to me. We crowned Dan to Dan as one of the best anime of all time.
No, we did not.
I said
I want you to go back and find where any of us said it was the best of all time. No,
I mean I'm being dramatic now, but like
but that's not real. I enjoyed Dan to Dan. I thought it was fun. I thought it was different. It is in fact different. That is part of what added to the funness of it. We did talk about how it fell off some. Episode 7 is still incredible, right? The range and what it was able to do on a show that is nonsense, complete and utter nonsense, to get serious and show that range was great. None of that has changed, but none of us said Dan to Dan was the best anime ever.
Well, I know that, but like, come on, like.
Keaton just wanted to fight tonight. Keaton just wants to
fight.
That's what it is.
I think the problem is if we're gonna hold something to this high of a standard, and I'm sorry, Eli, I cut you off mid fucking. You were about to get to the part that I was gonna agree with like a lot actually, so I apologize for doing that. But like,
Eli's so like passive and calm. We're getting worked up, and he's just chilling. He's like, I'll just wait till y'all are done. So I
Eli,
can speak.
I'm gonna continue where you left off. The preface is
don't put words into his mouth. You don't know this is where he left off.
Character designs and the writer is alternative, and so that's where a lot of the buzz has gotten. But you're getting a 1 to 2 rating buffer because of this. Continue, please, sir.
Yeah, but that said, if I am taking the show as a whole, I'm still gonna give it like a 7.5 or 8 out of 10. Like, I enjoy the show. I like the show a lot. I think season 2 will be a proving ground. Like, can they bring the continuity of the show together?
Why are you acting like we said it's anything other than that?
Dog,
I never said it was a 9 or a 10. I never said it was.
I just said you were being a little overly critical.
I don't understand. How are you going to be like, that's right, Eli? Tell him it's an 8.
What would you rate it, Nate? What would you rate it before Eli gave it a 7 out of 10?
Oh, he said 7.5 or 8. What are you doing today, Keaton?
What
He's
would you,
taking
They
away.
literally just went 7.5 to 8, and you're like,
what
before
would you
Eli gave it a 7.
what would you give it?
I'd probably give it an 8. I really enjoyed it. It's not the best ever. Like I have to like think for a little bit to like be like, oh yeah, gotcha Cuda. Like it's not top 3 for me or anything like that. But I did enjoy it. I love how different it is. I love the designs. I love the artwork. I like the story. I like it's all the things I've already said. But it is not the best ever. It is better than To Be Hero X.
And it's a super serious show, but then it also adds in weird little moments where you're like, what the heck? Like when the art girl, Rimlin, when she like, messed with the serious guy, the stick guy, Zonka's like tattoo she gave to you. She's like, well, I accidentally, changed it. And he was like, what do you mean? She's like, do this. And he does it, and his arm just, what?
I love the absurd parts. The absurd parts to me boost the rating.
I was like, what even is this? Like, well, you mean you didn't protect his life? You just gave him a really big arm.
All right, Eli, finish what you said. 7.5 to 8, which definitely rounds to 8.
Eli, are you putting your own buffer on there a little bit? By the way,
no. I mean, I think because we're talking about the shows as a whole, we're still nitpicking. I'm baking in the discombobulation of the episodes. I still think it's a really solid show. I think it suffers from a pretty common thing these days. We just talked about My Hero. Like when you introduce this many characters, it's almost impossible to make like a fluid story on the screen, I feel like, because now you're trying to do a little bit with so many moving parts. Like how do you really keep on with that? And the main character, Rudo, the story I feel like has been maybe 50% him, and I'm okay with that. I'm fully okay with that. I think he has a lot more development to do, because if there's a core theme, it's kind of him trying to decide his direction, because apparently he has this deep dark power to destroy everything should he be unleashed, or does he find the light? And I guess that's maybe the core question of the show. But I'm enjoying the ride. I'm enjoying the world building, the art style, the slapstickiness, along with the dark parts that other people don't do. So I think it's, do you want to look at the mechanical elements of the show? Do you want to appreciate the show? I can sit back and just, enjoy it and appreciate it. It's not a show typically that has me like waiting for the next episode still, but it's definitely unique and intriguing enough to keep me watching for sure.
that's how I feel. Also, like on paper, the soundtrack and the music.
That's how I feel. I just said it in a really mean way.
No, but them pulling up in the Jeep and doing that, like I love that shit so much. But like I just feel like y'all just gave it like way too much.
I feel like we gave it the appropriate amount.
I don't know.
I think what it is, and you can't defend yourself, because I think what all this comes down to is me saying it's better than To Be Hero X, you saying it's not better than To Be Hero X, but we can't discuss To Be Hero X.
I feel guilty we can't talk about it.
Yeah, so you don't have a fair argument in this, because I think that's why it's like it's because like your argument, because behind the scenes, what we've been talking about and what we've been going back and forth about, you can't say anything about. So you're kind of like hands tied behind your back. Well, I'm getting to sit here and just
So To Be Hero,
you can't give any supporting argument.
Nah, so like I think To Be Hero X on a level playing field is like pretty even, just like to be honest with you. If not,
To Be Hero X is the one where it's like a side show of My Hero.
No.
Okay.
No.
To Be Hero X is like a Chinese anime. It's like very deep.
It's great and stuff like that. It's really not that bad. I just enjoy talking shit to Keeton. Now, Gotcha Kuda I enjoyed Gotcha Kuda more than To Be Hero X, but To Be Hero X is still worth watching.
So I want to fall victim to like your tournament synopsis, but season 2 of To Be Hero X is going to be better than season 2 of Captain.
It's just a tournament. That's all it's going to be.
It will be a tournament, but like, bro, y'all act like I'm just a tournament fan. Like, I do like
You're a tournament.
You
If
there's a tournament, Keaton's in.
pretty much. Like, name one anime tournament that's not good, though. Let's be honest.
I mean, he's got a point. He does have a point.
Name one that's not
There's-
good.
Ragnarok.
Okay, well, that's different. That's just ridiculous. But I think so. Season 1 of Superhero X started out. I was like, "Holy shit, this is about to be incredible!" And then it takes a twist. It's not a twist. It's just like a design of how it is, and you're like, "Oh, what?" And you're like, "Okay, cool." And then it's kind of weird. You lose me too. Lose a little interest, but then on the back end, you gain a little bit of interest back. But they also tie in everything into and it's not even just season 2 that I'm excited about. It's that, when you watch Vinland Saga and then at the very end it was like prologue. That's how I feel like season 1 of To Be Hero X is. It's like, yeah, it did a decent job of what it was trying to accomplish, but once you learn what it was trying to accomplish, then you're like, okay, I can see it. They did a good job at what they're trying to accomplish. And now that I have all of the information that I have because of season 1, I'm excited about where season 2 plus goes.
So I'm excited for season 2 because it is going to be a tournament. It's going to be fighting. But season 1, you want to talk about a show that suffers from just too many characters? To Be Hero X. Yeah. Literally, it's like every 2 episodes, it changes the character. And then it just completely gets rid of the previous character. Like, it doesn't really bring them back other than a couple. Right, so it's like, oh, To Be Hero X, here you go. First 2 episodes are this. You're like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then the third one, it just switches. And the 4th one, you're like, okay, so I guess it's going to tie together, but it doesn't. And then the 5th one and the 6th one, you're like, okay, it doesn't. It doesn't really tie together until like 20 or 21. It's literally just every few episodes. And then like the dog and the cat and the alien, like it spins out. The whole middle of To Be Hero X is weird. And then at the very end, when they try to bring it all together, right? Actually, I'm not going to ruin it. I forgot that not everybody's watched it, so I won't say anything.
You don't have to say anything. But like I just said, I shared the same sentiment. But once the end of season 1 finished.
Well, what other show also had a dog, a cat, and an alien? Takiopa's Original Sin.
Oh yeah,
that was a crazy show. But
go ahead, Joe. Nate.
To Be Hero X, I will watch season 2, but season 1 was miscombobulated. It was all over the place. It was hard to follow. Half the time you had no idea what was going on. The heroes were okay. Some of them, they should not even have had freaking episodes. The ranking system, you don't talk about a joke. At the end, it makes a mockery of the ranking system. Okay? Like the whole time, it's like, oh, the ranking. At the end, I hate that y'all haven't seen this. At the end, it is just nonsense. And you're like, this is stupid. It's not even like
discombobulated episodes with no point. That doesn't sound like Gotcha Kuda at all.
It doesn't. At the end, it is just ridiculous and dumb. It's not even funny dumb. It's just bad dumb.
Nate, did you ever watch Steins Gate?
No, not yet.
You should watch Steins Gate. I need to rewatch Steins Gate now that I'm older.
Or it says you're ruining it for Eli.
I'm not. I've avoided most spoilers.
Dude, so like legitimately To Be Hero X season 1 it's good. It's not amazing. It's not great. There's going to be times where you're like, okay, this is a lot. This is somewhat discombobulated. But once at the end you understand like, okay, well that was just quite literally a setup for the rest of the show. It's literally just the background stories of every single character that you're about to see. So it can be discombobulated or whatever. But at least it had a fucking point. Gotcha Kuda is just like, I don't know what the fuck we're going to do. I guarantee you it's average execution. Because once the uniqueness and the newness wears off, you're going to be like, holy shit, you know what? this fucking show is actually not that great or well executed. It's just unique.
No, that's not true.
Yes, it is, bro.
Okay, let's move on from To Be a Hero X because we can't talk about it and I can't drag it the way I want to. So let's talk about. Has everybody seen the Demon Slayer movie?
No, I haven't. Remember?
Okay, well we don't have to talk about that either. What else do we have to talk about on a really long
Three other shows.
We could say like high level, like what you thought about it, that kind of thing. No spoilers though.
That's
For
fine.
Keaton,
I can do that.
Cardio Castle. We've got Frieren, Sentenced to Be a Hero, and Hell's Paradise as well.
All right, I think
we should not, unfortunately.
Hell's Paradise is an easy one. I want to say Frieren for last.
Well,
So
I haven't
Hell's
seen any of those. I haven't seen Frieren, Hell's Paradise, or what was the other one that you said?
Sentenced to Be a Hero. Okay, so we have nothing to talk about now without spoilers.
And we're done.
And that's it. Appreciate you for tuning in.
What we could add these to the list. You add Steins Gate to yours, and we can follow.
I'm a
this
listener
up.
of books now, man. I don't got time to watch
Well,
Steins Gate.
Steins Gate is not even that long. How many episodes is Steins Gate? Let me Google it.
24, 26.
Yeah, it's not even that long. It's not like I'm asking you to go watch Naruto.
So, dang, I can't believe you're not caught up on Frieren, Joe. That makes me sad.
Again, I want to wait. I want to wait until I can watch it like through in English, like the dub version, just because her voice is in my head. Like I have like what her voice is already. I don't want to change it.
I will say, Nate, I mentioned to you, I was like, oh, episode 1 of Frieren in season 2, it got such great ratings. I can't wait. And then I watched it. And I was like, well, it's just an episode. Like, I guess that reflects on how well people liked the show in season 1, though. Like, they couldn't wait for season 2. There's only 2 episodes out of Frieren season 2, and they're just, it's Frieren. I think I decided, though, I figured something out watching the show, and that's that the people that really enjoy this are like your D&D players. It's like the crowds that want to watch the extended versions of Lord of the Rings and shit like that. Like, you want the extra lore and the side quests.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think the Dungeons and Dragons thing is spot on. I think people who like the adventuring, the slower pace, the storytelling, and all that, they eat Frieren up, man. It is like they love it. I love it. I'm a dungeon master. It's great. I think Frieren is special. It is a masterpiece. I love season 2 so far. It's been enjoyable. The pacing is the same, right?
Well,
all of it.
I remember saying last season that like I felt like the first 2 or 3 episodes of Frieren was like super slow and like a build up, but then it just got like it basically got to mic drop moments. Like, so I mean that makes sense for season 2 to kind of do some of the similar like same build.
My concern for season 2 is it's much shorter. Season 1 was 24 episodes. Season 1 is 10 episodes. Or season 2 is 10 episodes.
Oh.
Right? I mean,
but I mean, I'm not sure where Keaton went, but we could wrap right here. We have a list of anime that we need to watch and make sure we commit to actually doing a February episode. Give ourselves a couple weeks to catch up on stuff.
So the first season was 28 episodes, and season 2 is only 10 episodes.
28 episodes. How many episodes was Gachiakuta? 24?
I don't know. Yeah, I think
it was 24.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, Keaton, we cannot talk about Frieren to Sentenced to Be a Hero or Demon Slayer. So oh yeah.
Oh, I haven't watched Sentenced to Be a Hero?
Joe has not, and he hasn't watched Hell's Paradise either.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. So Eli spent all that work. Spent all that time. Joe's
holding it in.
Nah. Joe does have like an army of kids. So.
Sentenced to Be a Hero also just came out with a new episode today. By the way,
I watched episode 2 last night.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was overhyped after episode 1. After episode 3, I enjoyed it a lot more.
I really enjoyed episode 1, and I love the fact that it was an hour long versus like 20 minutes. It didn't feel rushed. It felt like there was enough, and it had decent pacing, good action, and all that stuff. I enjoyed season 1 or episode 1.
That show keeps me on the edge of my seat. Like I think throughout, and
us to be a hero.
Yeah,
Hero, yeah.
And it's so theatric, like the way that they do it. I feel like I'm watching a like Demon Slayer / Mushoku Tensei, like Jobless Reincarnation, like mashup movie or something. Like it's weird, it's gritty, and then I guess in that I like shows like that because it's satisfying to me when they kind of don't mind gore or bad things happening to good people sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, this year's Eli by far has the best takes of everybody. He's the most.
100%. The rest of us spew nonsense. And Eli comes in with logic and reasoning. How dare he?
Eli's like breaking down analytically.
Well, we knew Eli had a great anime mind when we first brought him on to like episode 2 of All Things Nerdy, and he started dropping crazy knowledge about soundtracks from 1948 or something, and I'm just like,
I used to have
how do you know this?
Eli can just articulate. Hey, Wolfwood. Hey, I rock with Wolfwood.
Yeah, Wolfwood was awesome. I remember it was like 1983 was the song that.
Oh, that's dope. I didn't even know that you had that. That's dope. I like that.
That's my boy.
Well, y'all, unfortunately, I think the time has come. We are out of things to discuss. I mean, we could.
We were here for 2 hours. I mean, that's a good catch up.
I was expecting 3.5, 4.
Joe, so can we like talk? I mean, we don't have to, but Hell's Paradise, you should watch. I've really liked
I'm gonna look.
Dude,
that's what I'm saying right now.
Paradise
I'm gonna
this
watch.
season-
I'm gonna watch all of these stuff, and we're gonna have a February episode, and we can talk about it.
If I was like ranking, I would say JJK is number 1 right now, and Hell's Paradise is number 2 as for how excited I am for new episodes.
So close for me.
Dude, Hell's Paradise is like they're this season giving you a little bit more understanding of the world and the island that they're on, and they've done it in a really like good way. I've really enjoyed it.
Bro, the Bacha Tensu or whatever, Bacha Jutsu that they do is legit just missionary sexy time.
Yeah. Dude, I watch like every Saturday and Sunday. I wake up before Carly does just because I just wake up earlier. And that's usually when I watch it, some of my anime. And I'm watching it and I'm like, man, I pray that Carly doesn't wake up, man.
Yeah. That's one of those you don't watch in public, right? Like on your phone out where other people can see it.
Nah.
I do have to say though, I mean, because I watched all these shows all at once, wow, we are spoiled right now. Like we are getting such an incredible rush of releases right now. It's insane.
This releasing schedule of anime is the best since when Attack on Titan and Demon Slayer was coming out at the same time. And that Demon Slayer episode, the Demon Slayer season was I think it was season 2 when the big flashy dude was doing the dual swords.
Oh, yeah.
And Attack on Titan was the final season. That was like peak, but this is like, dude, this is incredible right now. What's going on? I'm so excited.
Yeah, and I feel like this has to be by far, like I feel like JJK is like a whole new show to me. Like this is a whole nother level. I'm loving it. And getting into Hell's Paradise, like I did already love that show, but it's gotten better, maybe. I don't know. And I'm loving Sentence to Be a Hero. Like, man, it's crazy. But now that I've caught up on all this stuff, I am going to have to let some more episodes rack up before I go back to it, I think, because I can't do the like weekly thing with 5 shows or something. Like,
that's what I just did. I mean, all this show, I just watch them weekly, knock them out.
Dude, I'm like, I want to wait, but I end up just like caving because I can't.
So I got all my side shows.
Yeah.
The only useful part of isekai.
My side shows consist of Fallout and Landman currently.
Oh yeah, I gotta watch Fallout. Fallout's good.
Yep.
Your side shows
not
is
bad.
reading Quicksilver.
Gotta
say,
watch
Joe?
Darwin, so I've got to get on that.
Your side show is reading
Yeah,
Quicksilver.
you can watch those.
I don't read, Joe. You got to quit lying about me. I'm listening to Quicksilver. I don't want to take credit when credit's not due. I disagree with you. I don't think listening is reading.
Nate, do you like this season of Fallout so far?
Yeah, it's okay. I think it's pretty solid. I appreciate that they. What'd you say?
His voice went up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fine.
It's pretty solid.
I think it's okay so far.
Yeah, it is. I don't think it's like anything to write home about. I appreciate that they stay like pretty close to the games, and all that. I think there's moments of humor and everything. Just like the game, but like, yeah, I don't think it's like the best show ever.
Yeah. I love season 1. Is anyone watching the new Game of Thrones show?
No, I've heard it's decent though.
I like it. It's like a little less serious, but so far it's been.
House of Dragon spin me though, man. We're not even on anime anymore. House of Dragon, like I just hated it. I couldn't do it.
Really? I don't mind it. I think people overhyped it a little bit, but
It was definitely overhyped. I did like the how they ended the last episode. It was like, oh shit.
yeah.
But that was like the most peak moment in the entire show. It was like
No,
10 seconds.
I just hope, because they're coming out with some other Game of Thrones thing, and I just hope they don't Disney it, like, or Star Wars it, and just start making too much with it. But
I mean, that's essentially what they're doing.
I know.
This is the second spinoff. They've canceled a spinoff, and there's a Jon Snow spinoff coming and stuff like that. Like, they're gonna run it into the ground. But we don't have to talk about live action TV though. It's fine. All right, guys.
All right.
We can
a show or two to recommend some homework.
Okay.
I already have enough homework. Nate, Steins Gate. He has to watch Steins Gate.
Yes.
Me,
I gotta get through Lord of Mysteries.
You can watch Steins Gate. It's really good.
I also hate.
You don't even know what's going on in that show.
That's why I need you to watch it. I need your take. I know how much you hate time travel. I know how much you hate time travel, so I need to know what your take is on how they do time travel.
Nate, I will rewatch it with you because I was jaded because of the time travel thing as well. I think now that I'm a little older and I know what I'm getting into, I'm more open and or understanding to the concept. And I think it. So like older anime has and watching Trigun made me remember this because it was 26 episodes and episode 13 was like a recap. And so like the first 12 were Loli, Gagi, ha ha ha, Neon Genesis, Evangelion. If you haven't watched that, you should definitely watch that. It's incredible. It kind of does the same thing. It's like lol, ha ha ha, blah blah blah. And then the second half, the last 13 episodes is fucking nuts.
It's Eli. What shows would you recommend,
bro? That's Steins Gate.
Steins Gate is by far that's in my top 3, dude. Like you gotta.
Out of respect for you, Eli, I'll watch it.
I will say though, I've been touting it a lot lately because I need my silly filler show. The Tojima Wants to Be a Kamen Rider has been phenomenal, and you can just watch one episode and have a laugh and go to bed. So.
One thing we did not touch on is how bad OPM is.
Oh yeah, that's right. We did.
Okay, I haven't even watched much.
Let's finish Eli's recommendations, and then like briefly touch on OPM, and then dip.
The only other thing I would say is if you want something that kind of has some Frieren vibes, you can check out Ancient Magus Bride.
I feel like I've watched a couple of videos on Instagram from that.
Maybe it's pretty iconic, I guess, like mainish character, but yeah, to me it plays a lot like a Miyazaki film. Super there's some like heartwarming. There's a little darkness. There's a lot of creatures and like inventive creativity. But it's a slower paced show, and it kind of reminds me of Frieren from what I've watched so far. I'm not super far into it, but I am enjoying it. So that and Tojima, polar opposites.
Okay. Any other big recommendations people would make? I say Lord of Mysteries, just so whoever watches it can explain it to me. That'd be great.
Are you enjoying the show, or?
Yeah, like
Yeah, I mean it's beautiful. It's great. What parts I do understand, it's fun.
Is it like more than just an acid trip, or what? Like,
Not really.
what's the main character's name?
I don't even know. Well, time out. In my defense, I haven't watched an episode in like a month plus. Okay, so I started it, but I got sidetracked with all these other things, plus listening to books, plus learning how to 3D print. I need to get back to it. I do enjoy the craziness, but I have no idea what I'm watching.
mine would just be Black Lagoon.
Joe, any suggestions, recommendations?
I've already suggested.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sounds gay. I gotta go watch it.
And on my anime list, it's frequently ranked in the top 3. IMDb rating was 8.8 out of 10. It was nominated for Anime of the Year in 2019, and it's widely considered a top 5 anime, often recognized alongside Full Metal Alchemist and Death Note.
Yeah, but you shouldn't have said that, because now Nate's going to be mad that Full Metal Alchemist and Death Note are considered a top 5 anime. Now that's going to illegitimize the list for Nate.
Yeah, because I think they're both good. Although there's flaws in both, they're not top 5 for me. But I know they're like top 5 mainstream. Like they are some of the best go-to. And I will say I have an appreciation for Brotherhood now more than I used to. Now that I've watched more and I understand a lot of what it did really well that a lot of animes don't. There is an appreciation for Full Metal Alchemist there that used to not be there. So, go ahead.
Go watch that JJK movie.
I do need to go watch that JJK. I'll be more inclined to do that than anything else.
Is it worth it?
Yeah, I mean, it's still the same quality. I mean, it just feels like the show, because the show's so like kind of, well drawn and everything already. If they had not brought this character back in this season, I would say the movie is irrelevant. Now I feel like it's necessary. So, I mean, it was worth it though.
Okay, I'll definitely check that out. So, Steins Gate, JJK movie, Lord of Mysteries. What am I forgetting?
Black Lagoon.
Black Lagoon. Those are the 4 recommendations from the squad. All right, now OPM. Here, I'm so sad and so disappointed because I was so excited. I love OPM, and man, you don't talk about some PowerPoint slideshow. Not like. Now, the soccer anime took some heat, right? But it was not even near as bad as people were making it out to be from like some of the clips I've seen and stuff. OPM deserves every bit of shade that it's catching right now. Literally, you can see them slide the picture down the hill. It's not him walking. It's literally just same motion, same everything down a hill. And it is just like a little smoke, and it doesn't even move. It's not live. It's not fluid. It's literally just, bro. It's so bad. It is almost comically bad. Now I don't know if they did it to be like satirical, right? Like to make fun of animation and all that stuff. Like maybe it's clever, but they haven't said that. It's poor animation.
Yeah, I mean,
I haven't seen it, and now I'm not going to.
I watched the first 2 episodes, and I saw so many bad things that I like. Same concept. I didn't even really want to watch it. That's really sad because, man, if you had asked me season 1 of One Punch Man, I was like, man, this is going to be top 10 at the least of my favorite animes because I loved it so much.
I will say One Punch Man did bless me with, the question, like if you got put into a world and you had to fight one anime character, you were confident you would win, who would it be?
King.
Little bicycle dude or King?
Yeah.
That's my answer every time. That bicycle dude from One Punch Man.
Yeah. No, I was. It's sad. I don't even know, like, how does that even happen? I feel like
I don't know, because the manga supposedly is like legendary, like incredible.
But then I thought, is Mappa, whatever you want to call it, not involved with this, or who animates it?
I don't think it is not Mappa.
Well, they completely lost all of their studio from season 1.
That's what I thought.
So it was like, yeah, season 2 was just a completely different production. And then when they did season 3, there was such backlash on season 2. The director of season 3 came out before the first episode was released and said, I just want everyone to know that this one won't be as good still. So you should temper your expectations. Little did we know how bad it would be. Everyone has dubbed it One Frame Man because they just have a still and just dub over it or whatever. And then I heard there was like 1, maybe 2 actually well animated episodes. I guess they just blew their wad on those. I don't know. But yeah, so disappointing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is why Tojima. I have included a link
on my list
to get you hyped.
Well, y'all, my wife has let me know that my 3D print that I have going right now has, in fact, failed me, to no surprise. And it is just going crazy in there. So I do have to go get that and make sure that, house doesn't burn down or anything crazy.
It's currently on fire.
Yeah. But I appreciate y'all. February would be a blast. I will say it is going to be tough. I have a ton of stuff going on in February, but we can make it happen. We can figure it out.
We can make it happen when you go to visit Keeton. Just 30 minutes to an hour. You guys can be side by side.
I don't know if we want to have this with me and Keaton in the same room.
That would be.
I don't know if y'all get to talk in that scenario. That's literally just gonna be a Nate and Keaton podcast. Like literally fighting in
across the table from each other, like Hot One style.
Yeah.
You can't handle the truth.
Our wives are gonna be like, do they hate each other? What is happening in there? All right, y'all. Well, I appreciate you. Y'all take care. Y'all have a good night.
See you later.